Hello.
Nice. Hi, Ustream.
Hi,
Just a heads
Ustream.
up, Drew. When you come out, you'll be live, so don't have your dick hanging out.
Unless you want to. We can get banned. It's fine.
Get that dick out, bro!
I'm going to.
Yeah, that makes so much sense.
What's up, Ustreamers? Nobody's watching.
Nobody's ever watching.
No, but somebody might watch later.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey guys. Hey guys. Hey guys. Brian, give me a little hey guys.
Hey guys, hey guys, hey guys, hey guys!
Cool.
Different volumes of hey guys.
Hey guys. Hey guys. Hey.
We're live on Ustream, Drew.
Oh boy. Stop saying racial slurs.
Yeah.
Can you hear me if it's about this far away from my face?
You sound great. Do you mind if I turn you up just a little bit?
Yeah.
Because I'd rather you have the capability to turn yourself down.
Yeah.
You're gone. Perfect. Yeah.
Okay, so
Cool. Yeah, it's kind of what I've been doing the last couple weeks, is just kind of upping it just a little bit, just to get us in case, you know, I hate it when it's too low.
Right.
And that's kind of what it's been with us.
Could I grab some water too?
Yeah, please.
Shit, boy.
Sure, boy.
You can have whatever you like.
Nice, dude.
I wrote a parody song to that one.
Cups are behind you in the upper cabinet.
Get it? Anything you like. Once you find out where it is. Guys, Drew Kordik is in our apartment.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited about this.
right?
Nobody knows who I am.
Just like
This guy's
old,
nuts.
Nobody knows.
just like old,
I do.
old times.
I've seen Drew at Starbucks once, I think. Maybe twice.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I think we ran into each other in public once.
We used to see the Bledsoes all the time.
Yep.
Oh, maybe that's it.
I don't think I've ever run into Josh in public.
We
Josh, whoa.
Josh doesn't even run into Josh in public.
we never run into each other. We didn't see each other at Beer Belly
Oh
one
yeah.
time, and we went to the barcade.
Oh, yeah, and that girl you were dating was like, oh, it's like right down the street. And then we walked like a mile and a half.
Yeah, she's
Dead.
she's dead.
She's dead now.
She's the reason there is a podcast.
Oh, really? Really?
Yeah, she's not dead, but she's
No.
Who's
But,
that?
She was very nice.
Yeah, she was very nice.
You like that kind of
We're
thing?
saying nice things. We're saying nice
Yeah,
things.
she was very nice.
Good.
I don't know why I'm nervous. She's
Yeah.
like, she definitely doesn't. Oh, we can talk about her. She,
MMC, right?
yeah, Maggie Clancy.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, she.
That was early out here. Yo, went to the arcade.
We got back together. If you listened to the second episode of This American Drew, I am talking about gay marriage, and I'm able to bring it all back to my stupid life. And I talk about breaking up with someone, and that person was her.
Oh,
yeah.
I met the person. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, because we got back together
That's stupid.
at the beginning of the year. Because, you know, it's like, I'm a different guy now. I don't drink. I don't do drugs anymore. I still have anger issues, but I don't. I keep them in check a lot more. So maybe it'll all work out. But then it didn't work out. And she said some mean stuff when I broke up with her.
You don't seem like an angry man. That's just my thoughts.
A lot of anger men don't seem like anger men. It's because they're really good at keeping it down.
Yeah.
Like you seem like an angry
I
man.
think you were.
I am an angry man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You seem like it.
No,
I'm heavily sedated right now.
Oh my god.
is that why you're?
I'm on
Is that why you're chugging?
Dilaudid. Is that it? I'm on morphine right now.
I go and look in my bathroom. You're like, all my cold medicine's gone. It's like brand new bottle.
Yeah. Can I go take a piss real quick?
Yeah.
Just going pee.
You just go. Did you just go?
Josh, I think I'll pee in your bathroom. I peed in Leo so many times. Let me try the other one.
Just a heads up. When you guys are holding them, there is. Okay, yeah, but you're good now. I think it was actually Brian when he was adjusting.
Yeah, it was loose.
Loose a little
Just
bit.
Tightened it up.
Yeah.
A little tight.
You guys get what I'm talking about.
It ain't
Look, I
tight,
even
it
have it
ain't
on my
right.
fucking phone because I just finished. True. I just finished reading it.
Is it you? So you just finished reading Slaughterhouse?
I did, yeah.
Slaughterhouse 5.
Yeah.
Slaughter.
Isn't that a movie?
House 5.
And it's a book.
Oh,
I
it's a
don't know if
book.
apparently they're making Cat's Cradle into a movie or a series.
Yeah, the guy that made Fargo.
Oh, right. Series then, probably. Yeah.
Yeah. Should I cough right into the mic?
Yeah, we try to keep all those in.
But talk away from the mic.
Yeah, we try to keep all
I
those
like
in.
this to be quiet murmurings and then loud coughing.
Any burping or coughing, I will be doing like that directly.
Almost like swallowing the mic instead.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that, but hey, your mic now. All right, what do you guys do to get started?
Let's do it.
40 seconds in. Hey guys!
Hey guys!
Hey guys! Welcome to the Probably Sounds Awful podcast. We got a little special one for you today, guys. We're doing a little simulcast here. Simulcast?
Sinus cast.
I think
Simulcast?
Samuel L. Caston.
Samuel L. Caston. We're doing a little
He's in every
simulcast.
Across you cast. What'd you call it when you tweeted it?
Cross stream.
Cross stream.
We're going to cross the streams here, guys, which you're not supposed to
you
do.
were making a
but
pee
we're-
joke.
Yep.
You were talking about. Got it.
Cross live stream.
Oh,
Yeah.
if someone made a joke about me doing crossing the streams, I would say more Ghostbusters.
Oh, because of the party?
No. When they cross, you're not supposed to cross the streams.
Oh, okay, got it.
But anyway, guys, welcome to the Probably Sounds
we
Awful.
crossed streams at that Halloween party.
We did actually.
We went into the bathroom and peed next to each other.
because
and
there
crossed
was some what was it?
streams. It
Hollywood
was a big
Hills?
UCB party, actually.
Yeah, it was some big UCB party,
Maybe you were there. I don't know.
like a Hollywood Hills, and there was only one bathroom for
It was at
the
Dickie's house.
entire place.
Yeah.
My.
And there were a lot of Ghostbusters that were dressed up for that. That's why. Anyway, get back to the intro.
A lot of those. Hey guys, welcome again to the Probably Sounds Awful podcast. Again, we are doing a simulcast with This American Drew. This American Drew is actually sitting straight across the table from me. We'll get to him in a moment. To my right, ladies and gentlemen, we have, as always, I'm doing introductions here, Josh, the mechanically machined, made, undergarmented Josh Patton. ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, welcome to the show, Josh.
Oh, thank you.
Nice.
And to Josh's right, we have here Brian, the strangely disguised crawfish Colbert Kennedy. You might think
I
he's
am
a
not
human.
a crawfish. I'm definitely a human.
I don't know the way you're saying that. Kind of sounds like you're a crawfish.
I'm gonna stick to my guns here. I'm definitely a human.
He has actual guns.
Okay.
Pay no.
And finally, as I mentioned in the beginning, ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special guest. Please put your hands together.
In your car, if
In
you're
your
driving, start clapping
If you're
now.
holding your baby, put your hands together.
Yeah.
Drop the baby.
Take it off 10 and 2 and put them in 1 and 2. I don't know. For Drew Star-Lord Kordik.
Oh, very nice.
Hey guys, thanks for having me over.
Oh my goodness!
Welcome
Thanks
to
for
the
being
show,
here,
Drew.
Can I do my intro for my show now?
please.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I guess we'll let everyone know what's about to happen. So we are going to do
Prepare
our
yourself.
podcast per usual, a lot of rambling. It'll be, I don't know, 2+ hours, whatever. And then, actually, no, this will be a shorter one because we're now not doing games anymore.
Yeah,
on
it's gonna
the
be
audio
this
portion.
is a brand new episode.
Yeah, it'll be
for
new,
us.
sleek, and
Yeah.
tight.
God,
And
it's
then
so sleek and tight.
we're going to also give this audio recording to Drew because his format of his podcast flows and it's got a lot of music and it's real cut together nice. So he's going to like chop this up and put this in the This American Drew format. So 2 different versions of the one simulcast.
Thank you, Josh.
It's up to you guys if you want to listen to this raw, unplugged, ugly version.
Yeah, real garage.
Or if you
style.
want to get in there and hear the sleek, dulcet sounds of Baker Street leading you into 4 white guys talking about stuff, it's up to you guys. I don't recommend listening to both.
Yeah.
Because it will contain.
Definitely choose which one you're going to listen to,
It's-
and fuck the other one.
It's gonna be the exact same content.
Choose one or the other.
Package
folks.
slightly different.
Just for that episode, I'm saying, like just this episode in particular.
Yeah, then go and listen to all episodes of both podcasts.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And never stop putting your hands together for either of them.
Oh my God.
So many
Just
dead babies
bleeding.
and just
There's a- yeah.
with broken skulls on the ground.
All right. So, hello, Dream Warriors, and welcome to another edition, a very special edition of This American Drew. I'm your host, Drew Kordik. It was a kind of a lazy day for me today. I've been having some intense stomach pains for the last 48 hours. A lot of bathroom trips, and that's not what we're here to talk about today. I'm not even really sure what we're here to talk about today, but we've got a very special show. We're doing what is called in the podcast business a simulcast. And to do that, I'm going to be sitting down with the fellas from the Probably Sounds Awful podcast, which I want to talk to you guys about that name at some point. I have some thoughts. And of course, sorry guys. I'm talking about, and I'm going to go in reverse order, Brian Colbert Kennedy. Colbert.
It's a hard T, Drew.
Colbert Kennedy.
Thank you.
Josh Patton.
That was correct pronunciation.
And this is going to be a nightmare. Leo Kovalchik.
To be honest, you nailed it.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? I've never said your name out loud before in my life.
Congratulations. To be honest, you also might not have yet. That was
Leo
very far
Kovalchik.
off. Very far off.
But you changed it by saying it, so now it is correct. So now everyone else has to say Kovalchik.
What is said now is
Leo Albert Kovalik Jr. Hello.
Kovalik.
Hello, everyone.
I'm sorry, I don't do research. That is a part of my shtick. But I'm looking forward to talking to you guys today and doing this weird experiment.
We too. We also.
It's going to be fun. Drew, good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
So now, thanks for having
Each other.
We're
all being halved right now.
It feels very wrong. So what do we do? How do we start a show that is both of the same?
I to be honest, I kind of want to start just by talking about you.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Should we set up a little history here?
Brian, if you could. Actually, you do that, and I just want to kind of throw out where to find him, because I think that's very important.
And I think you should do that at the same time as I'm saying the history, so that nothing can be pretended.
So Brian is going to give you a little bit of backstory.
Drew and my...
Go, please, this man is absolutely hysterical. Go to @Drew Kordik, that is @DrewKordik. On Twitter, or go to his website, drew-kordik.com.
Are you fucking kidding me? There's a hyphen?
Yeah,
Yep.
it is URL.
Holy shit.
So please go there. We're going to talk.
DrewKordik.com was taken. Somebody else bought that URL.
Just to fuck with you?
And it's not like there's no website up, so somebody's squatting on DrewKordik.com.
Right. Oh, that's such bullshit.
Interesting. No, I like the hyphen. It looks great. And you can go to drew-kordik.com/podcast, and I highly recommend checking out This American Drew. We're going to be talking about it throughout this. Brian, throw it off.
I just got the text that it's my grandma's birthday. Forgot to say hi to her.
Let's call her.
We could maybe do that, actually.
Could we call your grandma?
We could possibly call Grandma Colbert. Yeah. That'd be funny.
I'm on the West Coast.
She is. She's visiting my mom in San Diego for like 10 days or so.
Nice.
For brunch.
3 o'clock now. So
No.
You haven't missed the day.
I promise I'll be way more respectful than maybe our friend Matt Riggs would be talking to your mother.
If my mom answers, it would be a different story.
Those two have a past.
God damn it. All right, so just quickly, yes. Drew, our very special guest today, is a fellow Chicagoan, and Chi-Town. And we used to be neighbors. He was literally across the hall from us on the 3rd floor on Wilton.
3815 North Wilton Avenue.
3815 North Wilton Avenue.
We were apartment 3. You were
3A, 3B.
I don't remember.
And that is Chicago, Illinois 60613. So go ahead, head there, and knock on those doors and see who lives there now.
I've tried, and then no one answered.
I want to go so back because we hid those porno DVDs on the very top of that built-in cabinet.
So we super cleaned Wilton when we left, but we had 3 pornos left over from market days. And the one that I very much remember was, I believe it was something to do with the fantastic transsexual community.
Yes.
But it was she-males like in the army or something.
Right, chicks with the dicks in the army.
That was up there. I want to say, let's just leave it at chicks with dicks.
I always stop at chicks with dicks.
Yeah, I
Start and stop.
It can only get worse.
But chicks with dicks was left up there in a super clean apartment, but it was in one of those built-in.
You have to get a ladder to find it.
Yeah, you can't reach it unless you're a basketball player.
Yeah.
So chances are the probably really nice family that lives there now will never
I think if I was a man and I had a woman and children, if I would definitely move into that apartment.
If I was a
right
man,
in Rickettsville. Thankfully, I don't have a wife or kids, and I'm not a man.
Yeah.
So Drew and we were all neighbors, and it was really great. He was even in an episode of The Wilton Way, which is still one of the best episodes I think that we've ever done.
I don't think because of my two lines.
No. You just happen to be in one of the best episodes that we produced.
Here's one of my favorite memories of Drew.
Yeah.
Drew was leaving, I believe, and I was coming up in our atrium, let's call it.
Sure.
Chicks with Dicks atrium, let's call it. But as we were leaving, Drew was like, "Hey, you should come see my comedy show tonight, my improv show." I went to go see this guy's comedy show.
Where was that? Second City?
No.
Studio B.
Thank you.
Studio B.
And then I also loved it so much, and you were so nice. The first time, oh my God, thank you so much for coming. I came another time when you were doing stand-up, I believe.
Oh, no.
I saw that.
Wow. When I was dressed as... The time I was dressed as Lady Gaga?
I don't think I saw that.
No,
Okay.
I remember that. But I did. I came with you on that one.
Yep, but that whole place and that was super funny, and I loved every single second. So that was one of my favorite memories of you.
Oh, thank you. I just assumed that was going to be a memory that ended very poorly for some reason.
I mean, you died.
I thought, and I'm a ghost now.
Happy thoughts here on the simul. Are we saying that right?
It's a simulcast.
It just sounds so much like Samuel that I.
Samuel.
Yeah.
It does sound weird, so it's not just me.
That's what's actually occurring to me right now is like while I was doing my intro, it's like and listening to your show, it's like there are two very competing energies that are going to be happening today. like
that's true.
I like to basically just drag listeners through a river of sludge, and you guys are like happy fellas.
So please check out This American Drew to be dragged through a river of sludge.
You need to come down for a bit.
Yeah, and all Dream warriors, when you need a break from drowning in a pool of your millennial tears, grab a listen to the Probably Sounds Awful podcast. Are you guys saying PSA? Is that a thing?
We've moved away from PSA.
Really? Oh, good. I'm glad I didn't.
I think we should move towards it, but that's fine. That's just me.
Okay.
It's a bit of a what do you call it? Like a disagreement between us?
I would call it more of a rift.
It's a bit of a rift.
I would call it a rift between us.
Well, we just talked about how it's sort of already obviously has a meaning to it, the acronym PSA.
Yeah.
Punctually sexual adults.
What's that?
Everyone knows that it's
Potentially?
Punctually
Sexual
adults.
sexual.
Everyone knows that.
So adults who are on time to fuck.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Everyone knows that's what PSA is.
Yeah.
So that you guys were like, we should get away from that. Like,
Right,
I'm like, I don't know. We probably should.
Now that I think about it, maybe we should align ourselves with adults who are on time to fuck.
Yeah, I mean that's like something that I would want to be known for.
Yeah.
Being punctual.
All right, so we'll get back.
I had a question. Okay, I'm sorry. I had a question about me as a neighbor, about what I was like.
Oh yeah, let's get into that.
Because I mean, I feel like, there was a lot going behind that closed door that you guys never even saw glimpses of.
Was it stuck with you and your girlfriend?
That was my first question. Just get this right out of the bat. Did you guys ever hear me having intercourse?
No.
Good.
Are you a quiet fucker?
I'm a virgin.
So if we heard anything, you were asleep, and it was against your will.
Yeah.
Because as far as you were concerned, you've never done anything.
Other people were fucking in your home.
Well, that doesn't necessarily make you a virgin, then.
Well, he thinks he's a virgin, so that's why he wants to know, did we hear anything? Because he might not be.
Good point. No. I would say...
Did you guys ever hear anything really coming, apart from loud music, like Enya and ABBA or whatever?
I hear some music every now and then, and I would hear very rarely, your dog Duncan barking.
Yeah.
But that was it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you were a good neighbor. Plus, there was that hallway that split. There was a stairwell plus the other outside hallway outside of your door.
Yeah.
We didn't even have any shared walls.
But
Duncan had a lot of sex though.
If you listen very, very intently, you could hear Duncan singing along with Drew
with the Enya.
Yeah. And it's really disturbing to hear him sing along to any music
because he's a canine.
Because he's a dog, he can't form words, so it sounds like a person with a massive head injury singing, trying to do karaoke. But it's cute because it's a basset hound.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's the best.
What about us? Should we pose that?
I don't want
back
to.
at you?
I don't want to.
I never heard anything. Well, that was the thing. I never heard anything. Just occasionally, you guys would knock on my door and be like, well, yeah, I'd hear screams, but I was they're filming a video or something. And occasionally, you guys would knock on my door and be like, hey, is it cool if, and you were always very nice, like, is it cool if we're going to just be out in the hall for like 3 minutes and we're just shooting something?
3 minutes.
And it was like, it was always just like, there was a part of me that probably had just woken up, like when you're knocking at my door at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Sure.
Like, I was just like, yeah, whatever, do your thing.
And then 4 hours later, we're still there. We knock again, like, hey, like,
Almost
We just
done.
still gotta get 3 more minutes.
and he wakes up again.
I was just sleeping. Stop knocking on my door.
Yeah, I didn't care. Yeah, I liked it. I liked. I do have. I wish we had all hung out more.
Me too.
Me too.
I feel like you would not be saying that if you lived below us.
Oh, well, yeah.
I think if you lived below us, those people were like our mortal enemies.
Did we have issues with them?
Oh my god! Every single time we had a party on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Sure, normal party.
Thursday, Friday. It was a long party.
This guy's like knocking, and he's like, "Hey, is Leo home?" Because like he was like the guy that knew me, and then I would drunkenly stumble over to him, and be like, "Hey, what's up, man?" He's like, "Dude, it's a Tuesday at 2 a.m. You gotta stop this." And we're like, "Okay, we will. Just give us 3 more minutes."
Thanks for inviting me to that party, by the way.
Oh yeah. Guys, I thought you did. I thought you did.
I sent him an invite. It was just a calendar. Because it was like, come on any of these days.
Yeah.
We will certainly be partying.
Well, that's the thing is like I was so I was a big pothead. Like, did you guys smell the weeds and stuff coming out of my apartment?
I don't even think so.
I mean, but I don't think I would associate it with yours specifically. I'm like, oh, I smell weed somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually never really smelled weed in that apartment.
That's such a
Or in that
shame. We could
entire
have been
area.
hanging out,
That's what I
smoking
was
together.
getting at. Is like I could have like invited you guys over, but I was just like, no, I want all this. I want drugs for me.
Yeah.
Drugs for me.
These are mine. That's
So
how.
now you guys see why we didn't hang out.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is like I feel like I'm like as we're talking about it, I'm thinking like if we did hang out, we probably wouldn't be sitting here today because you'd be like, I don't want to hang out with that monster.
Oh my god. Drew moved to LA? Oh my god.
Yeah.
No.
Oh yeah, Drew does. I don't know if we said, but we all live here now. I don't know if we said that out loud, but we are all living here.
We live in.
This isn't like Drew flew in from Chicago to do our episode or anything.
Yeah, and I would say neighbors still.
Yeah, we're pretty close.
In an LA sense, we're neighbors. No,
Yeah.
Brian, not
me.
really. Not really anymore.
Where do you live?
I live in the Miracle Mile.
What's your exact
neighborhood.
address?
Yeah, give us.
We don't do current addresses here. We don't do current. Oh, yo. I live in like La Brea and Olympic.
I live at 20.
as Drew looks towards the Ustream that we are live on.
Not too far, but not neighbors anymore.
Yeah. I remember we were like, hey, let's just go over to your house the other day, Drew. We went over to Brian's house.
To check it out, because I recently moved.
We're going to check it out. Well, yeah, we'll go do that. It should take us, 20 minutes. It took us like 45 minutes. Then we went out to eat. And
No, it didn't. Why did it take that long to get to my house?
Traffic.
That's a fucking joke. It doesn't take that long. Come on.
The trick
Josh, how long did it take?
I don't remember. Maybe it was more than 20 minutes.
Well, that's why I always come here.
Yeah, it was also. It was like around rush hour time.
Yeah, I want to talk about what's going on here because there's been a lot of arguing.
Yeah.
Since I've
This is
been
an
here.
intervention.
I want out.
Since you've been here.
You guys are like 16 episodes in?
This is the 15th.
This is
the
at 1.5.
Yeah.
So,
It's starting to get hot.
is this going to be? Because that's my biggest fear. I'm about to.
And you have like
start-
17, right? Or
I have 17.
Congratulations.
Thank you. You guys too.
thank you. Appreciate that.
We'll put our hands together.
This is the dumbest thing. I'm starting a podcast soon, hopefully with my friend Jamie. That's very Star Wars specific.
Oh, cool.
But one of my big fears is that affecting our friendship to a certain degree. Do you guys ever worry about the stress of? Because podcasting is a very competitive world.
Is it?
Oh yes, 100%. If you've ever been to any of our networking events that the podcast guild holds, it's cutthroat.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Got it.
And you guys, you're coming in here. I know you guys came in here all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. But are you
true.
worried at all about your friendships being affected?
I feel like we've been through so much of like putting ourselves into a schedule. Like when we did a web series for 2 years where we shot an episode or a video every single week for 2 years straight, and under that we had some conflicts and their arguments would break out, but we'd always get the video done, and at the end of the day we would still hang out. And so there are like the ebbs and flows of like stressful situations of like equipment failure or
ebbs and flows is like ups and downs, Drew.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That was my next
Ebbs and flows are like real cutthroat. But yeah, no, I think if we can survive 2 years of web series, we can survive at least 16 episodes of a podcast.
At least.
And once we hit 17, all bets are off.
In my point of view, is I just don't care enough.
Right.
So I'm just
about the podcast or the friends.
Really, about that. Something if there's a rift that's forming, let's push it. Let's see how far it can grow. Because it's really, it sucks to say goodbye, but that's like a great moment sometimes. And if we get there on this podcast, and maybe episode 20, 21, maybe, where like Brian literally you just hear like fuck this and drop the mic and he's gone, you never hear him again. How cool would that be?
I mean, that could happen.
That's the kind of drama. That's the kind of drama that I crave on my show. But it's just me in my guest house in Frogtown with my dog.
In your own guest house?
Well, yeah, I'm a guest in my own house. I live in the guest house of. I guess I've never really talked about that on this show before. I like live in a guest house. This older woman. I think she's from Boston. She has like a dumb accent.
GTF.
What's her podcast?
You know what? Her podcast is DTF with Mark Maron.
That's the only person she's DTF.
Dangerously close to Mark Maron's podcast title.
So I've been there for about 2 years. It's a small little cottage behind her house, and she doesn't really do any work, but it's relatively cheap, and it's a nice place for me and my boy.
For my own good, can you describe her for me?
She's
so she's
from Boston. She's She's about maybe that high, which for the people just listening she's maybe like 4 feet, 4.5 feet.
Give it to me.
And like black frizzy hair, definitely dyed. She big old eyes.
Someone for something else.
She only calls me Andrew.
Is that your name?
Well, my full name's Andrew Michael Christian Kordik.
Wow.
Star-Lord.
Yeah, Star-Lord. Christian
Star-Lord.
Yeah, so I guess in answer to your question, I'm going to probably make love to her by the end of 2016.
Yes.
We will let you know if we hit it.
Yeah.
Good resolution.
I'm going through a lot of changes. My life is changing. And I just want to explore the limits of my sexuality, and she's going to be the last stop, I think. Last house at the end of the street, as we say.
It's the last
recovery.
Interesting. Wow. All right.
Hopefully we can have you back then and we can hear about it once it happens.
You guys should just come with.
That sounds
travel.
great.
I mean, yeah, PSA.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, my Ron Jade.
Drew is talking to one of our Ustream watchers right now.
I'm just kidding, Liang Kongwei.
Yeah.
Hello.
Kidding.
Hello.
Hello.
I would like to real quick just go back to Drew's question because I didn't get a chance to answer. I think that this podcast it's because of the rift.
Yeah.
I think this podcast has done nothing but good for our relationship because somehow, as it happens, even when you have friends that have moved across the country together, there's long spans of time when you don't see them or chat with them that much. And so I kind of just love that there is definitely at least once a week that I get to hang out with these guys now.
Have to see each other.
Right, now that I don't live with them anymore.
Well, I think that's what I like about,
And the feeling is not reciprocal, just so we're clear.
That's been made clear. I think when I started doing my podcast, it was originally just going to be me alone doing it, and I knew that eventually I was going to maybe bring on guests and stuff, and because I would want to do weird experimental stuff, but I got really and when I started bringing on guests, I got really in my head about well, it needs to be somebody not famous or whatever, but somebody that comedy nerd types can appreciate or something. But what I realized, especially after these last couple, it's so nice, like sitting down with my friend Ahmed or sitting down with my friend Jamie. It's like these are people that I've never had the opportunity to just stare at them for 2.5 hours and talk about something that's not, industry related or, just chit chat bullshit. And it's very it's almost strengthened certain friendships and relationships that I've had with people. I think
that's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but
if I could, since we were kind of talking about like comedy nerds, we'll go crazy for. I wrote down here episode 12.
Which one is that?
Episode 12, Chicago, Susan Messing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was a great one. She was a good guest.
Yeah, well done. And I'm guessing you love Chicago as much as I'm guessing every person sitting at this table. You don't have any regrets about living there. It was a great time. You taught who you were.
Were you from there originally?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I had no choice in really ever living there because I came out of my mom's vagina there.
Yeah.
And there I stayed.
Oh,
22 years.
I was given the option. To go wherever I like once I came out of the vagina.
Yeah.
You didn't get that?
Well, they usually do that, but I.
You make a passport. Here you go.
The doctor asked me if I wanted to stay in.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good choice not to. I'm gonna be honest. The whole world
that would
out
have
here.
changed your life. Would be
I was trying to think of my
different.
mom's body and
Yeah.
making sure that it didn't just.
That's
explode.
very selfless of a baby to think.
But like speaking of Chicago, since we're all in love with it, and we all live out in LA, what are 3 things that you would want to bring from a Chicago thing to here that you don't think LA has?
Oh.
I'm just posing this question to everyone, and while you guys are contemplating, I'm going to say public transportation, just for ease of getting around.
And it is slowly coming.
It is, and I have definitely noticed that and felt that, but it's like...
But it's nowhere near, obviously,
yeah.
somewhere like Chicago.
Even we're lucky here that we live so close to a red line that I could walk 20 minutes to get there. But in Chicago, it's like walk 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Really, from anywhere.
Also, real quick, can we repeat another person's answer? Or
No.
Yeah, I think I like Drew's.
Oh,
answer.
no?
Now that you've said it, I don't think anybody else can say
Nobody can. If
Okay.
it's said,
No
it's
repeat.
gone.
And if anybody should set the rules on our podcast, it's Drew.
It's true. And if,
I'm in charge now.
yeah, and if you're listening to this and you were thinking about saying public transportation too, no.
Stop thinking about
No.
it, idiot.
Clap your hands.
Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up!
Pick up your baby already.
You can call these people boners, by the way, if you want.
Shut up, boner!
Yeah.
Let's see.
Sorry.
Were we
continue.
flipping? I'm sorry.
No. I need to go. I need to think here because if I'm
Number 1 for Kovalchek.
yeah.
Public
What if we
transportation.
go one by one around?
Oh, okay.
You go and then you
So
go.
Josh,
and then
it's
you
your
go,
turn.
and then
and then would you say maybe then it circles back around?
absolutely.
Or
Okay.
do we go back like a snake?
I would bring 1 month of the snow.
Ooh,
Just for
interesting.
December. Just for December to have.
A December amount of snow?
Yeah, just because Chicago's lasts way too long.
Yeah.
But I would bring 1 month where you need to have coats and all that kind of stuff, and so that he would actually be prepared to know what to do and never freak out.
He just
You were about
stopped
to
me.
pose a question.
I was about ready to say, what if it's just like LA, so it's totally unprepared. There's no salt things anywhere.
Yeah, the whole thing just shuts down for a month.
Just God deciding to start the apocalypse.
Just stop for 1 month. So no, that's a good one.
So I
That's
bring
a really good
a
one.
month of good cold weather.
Some
and snow.
sort of a season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My number 1 answer is that I would bring the Chicago Bulls to Los Angeles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry to laugh.
Against their will.
They would just,
Tied up in a
oh, now we're going to start digging into the
No,
answers
no,
against
no.
their will. What about Winter? What if Winter doesn't want to come here?
No, wait a second. Wait a second.
You know what I mean?
Why would Winter not want to come here?
Winter's very happy where they are.
I'm not saying I'm dragging the actual Chicago public transportation here and like implanting it in LA.
Right.
I'm just.
Yeah.
I'm talking about ripping these men from their
families.
and kidnapping them and putting them on a stupid bus
Okay.
and bringing them out here
This
and
is
making them
horrible.
play for the Lakers.
You're right. When you put it like that, I'm in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be great.
So the Bulls.
I would bring the Bulls here. They wouldn't be even called the LA Bulls or anything, but they would just be the Bulls, but be based out of Los Angeles.
I like it.
And the Lakers and Clippers would go to Chicago, and then I could go to games.
You'd have a team that you enjoy.
I'd have
here.
a team, yeah, and they would be on every day. I wouldn't have to watch highlights afterwards on YouTube.
They have to play every day.
Every day that they
You make
normally
them play every day?
I don't care about them as humans. They are just things to me.
Oh my god.
It sounds like the bad sequel to like Space Jam.
I think there is going to be a sequel to Space Jam already.
I hope it's a squeakquel, to be honest.
Hilarious.
It's like
Hilarious.
a worse version of a Scott Aukerman joke. I think I would bring back. I had this terrific therapist when I was living at Normal.
There goes
and he was.
They sell
fantastic.
Jameson here.
Jeff Sumber.
Oh, nice. Shout out to Jeff Sumber.
Look him up.
Big shout out to Jeff Sumber. Look him up. He's a good therapist.
Nice.
A little bit of Chicago, check him out.
You live in Chicago, you got
Drew
problems?
recommends him.
Need somebody to talk to? Check them out.
I'm like the Yelp for therapy.
Are you?
Oh, yeah.
Does that go for LA?
It's getting there.
All right. We should talk.
How? Well, then you'd be a therapist.
No, we should talk about
Therapy.
Yeah.
How many therapists have you been to in LA? And how long do you give a therapist a chance before saying nope, moving on to another one?
Oh, way
That's a
too
good
long. Way too long. I've actually only had 3 since I've lived out here. Only 3. But
been like
been here for 2 months.
yeah. I've averaged about 1 a year.
And do you
Yeah.
tell them that you're no longer coming back?
Yeah, how do you quit a therapist? Is it like a 2-week notice?
It's like you
ghost
fire
them?
them. It's like anything else.
In person?
Yeah. Or the
Text?
actually, can we circle back to this later?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
All right, so my number 2 was going to be a therapist.
Yeah. No longer.
My number 2 is going to be the attitudes of the populace of
that's a great
Chicago. Just living in Chicago, I'm not saying I'm going to walk up to every person and shake their hand and say, hello there, sir, hello there, ma'am, but just like a nod of the head when you're walking by on like a busy street, you make eye contact, just say, hey, hello.
Oh yeah.
You do that
Much
here,
friendlier town.
you immediately get like a kind of like a side eye reaction.
People think like they treat you like you're like this is an exaggeration, and I hope I don't offend anyone with
I would
this,
say
but
just
they
go to the
treat you
extreme,
like a
right?
rapist. They like
Here?
if you say you say like if you even like lock eyes with someone, and I'm not just talking about women per se, like
No, some people want to
but
rape
like
men.
yeah, like if I nod at someone, like people will have a look of disgust that
Exactly.
it's like you pissed in their eye.
And that's a very unique look too. So
Yeah.
you have to know what that look is.
Like one eye's kind of shut, and
Right,
out, it hurts, but also the other eye's like glaring.
No, I agree.
My friend just took a shot of her own pee for $250.
That's a lot of money. I mean, I would do that for cheaper.
Oh my
You would?
god!
Yeah.
Apparently, drinking your own urine isn't awful for you.
There's no fucking way I would do that.
I'd do it
Really?
for I'd do it for $50.
I mean,
Like, people,
you know what?
a group of friends.
If
$50?
someone's
I'd do
pushing
it for
down the
$50.
price, I do it for
Holy
free.
shit. Oh my
Whoever
god.
this is pushing down the price, I'm in.
They're going
So
down.
that's just saying you'll drink your pee.
Negotiating down.
Like that's just
Fine, I'll drink my pee.
I would love for you to drink your pee on the show.
You know what? And you know, okay. And you know what the problem is? Let's check with Ustream's policy
Sure,
first.
sure.
The problem is with that too, and the people giving you the side eye, and you just piss in their face. Is that then like you deal with that so much? You're like, I just don't even want to say hi to anyone.
Yeah, then it makes you get like that.
Yeah.
So, and that's definitely something I felt like even going back home and going to Chicago when I went in March and stuff. It's just even then I was like, oh wow, it's weird that people are saying hello to you. So just something. That's the attitudes.
Even people who aren't from Chicago and have been there, tell me that all the time.
Yep.
It's like it hits you in the face when you visit Chicago if you're not from there that like people are just nice and friendly. Everybody fucking knows it.
You know what else is like
Unless
that?
they're shooting you, but
Yeah. Well, that's.
There's actually a better chance that you'll get shot in Chicago than somebody just saying hello to you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you do that research yourself?
yeah, he's his own source.
Oh yeah, no. If I ever like reference anything, it's just stuff that I made up in my brain.
Oh.
Yeah.
He walked down the street for 5 minutes. He got shot twice and said hello to once. So, all right, well,
Yeah.
checks out.
Well,
Research.
clearly.
Right.
Research. Josh, what do you got?
I feel like this will probably take someone's. I'm also going to do a very general blanket, but I'm just going to say just the food from Chicago.
Oh,
My
God.
Italian beef.
I got the Italian beef.
Patio
All that stuff.
ribs.
If I could just walk around and get that type of food out here.
I thought Drew was going Italian beans, and I was like,
Italian
did you live in Chicago?
Yeah, I love, you get those Italian beans down on Clark Street.
Yeah, yeah. So the food.
Yeah, food.
Deep dish pizza.
For sure.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like the water. The tap water there is better. That's why pizza's better.
Is that your third one?
What?
Water?
No.
Oh, you're just
That hasn't been blanked out of
Existence yet.
Got it.
Wow.
Got it.
Let's make out.
Thanks. Okay. Think about it. Good answer.
My number 2 would be my friend Chris Free.
Nice.
Whoa,
Yeah.
shout out to Chris Free.
Big shout out to my best bud. But I think he would have to probably bring his wife and child. But I think that's okay.
That wasn't a problem with the Bulls for you.
Right. That's true. Maybe I should just bring him away from his wife and child.
Yeah, it seems like he cares a little bit more about Chris Free than any player on the Bulls.
Yeah, the Bulls are just little pawns for me.
Now, what just happened is when you said his name and you would pull him, much like with Drew's therapist, they were yanked to somewhere in LA, wherever they were. They were pulled in the Bulls.
Currently, right now?
Yeah, they
when it's said, it becomes true.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So
I should have thought that out.
When you said Chris Free, whatever actually location as well you were thinking of in LA, they were sucked to.
I'm wondering who his wife will remarry and who will become the father of his child.
Yeah, because she's not allowed to come.
The Lakers.
Yeah.
All
I
the
guess probably
Lakers.
with any Laker player.
Or Clippers, yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
I like that guy.
Sorry, buddy.
I like that guy.
Oh, he's so
We
good.
shot guns with him.
Yeah, we did shoot guns with him in Los Angeles on his
But
birthday.
we will, Drew, we're talking about religion
Yeah,
and
Guns,
gun control on episode
corrections.
100.
Oh,
Yeah, that's all for
boy.
episode 100.
Yeah.
So sorry to even start that.
Yeah,
You're saving like all the big stuff for
Religion, I think, is also on that one.
Yeah, I think that's good.
And we're going to be really fucked up on all different drugs. I think I was going to do acid, you were going to do heroin, Josh.
Maybe.
Yeah.
LSD.
And purple salvia for Leo.
Well, I was
shrooms.
originally going to do
shrooms.
acid as well, but just hydrochloric.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you guys, is everything going all right? Like, I know LA changes people. It's, but I'm sensing some, you're trying to escape something right now. It's like there's some sadness here that's
My mind, for one.
Yeah. No, I think you've hit that right on the head, yeah.
And you're, forgive me for not remembering his name, but your therapist's name.
I didn't say it. Oh, the old one.
Yeah, the
Jeff
old
Sumber.
Okay,
Yeah.
I literally might give him a call. I might
Jeff, heard you in Chicago.
Yeah.
You want to be my over-the-phone therapist.
Yeah.
Jeff Sumber was great because he never once show belly off.
Yeah.
Boom.
Nice.
Gamer959 Ustream listener just got to see the prize that is Drew Kordik's stomach.
It's not a lot of people get to see that.
Screenshotting that and making it my screensaver.
Can that be the cover of our
Yep.
the photo cover?
Yep.
Yeah.
Please make that.
For episode 15.
I don't remember where I was going with that, but I think my
He never.
Oh, he never called me out when I was lying. Like, because I know it sounds ridiculous to lie in therapy. Like, you're paying someone to listen to you and to essentially not judge you. It's bribery. You're paying for a friend that's not going to ever tell you, I'll show off belly.
All right, fine. 2, 3 of us, Leo. That's a quadruple belly show.
Nicely done.
You can't get that for free most places.
I like this whole setup. Is this a PS? This is a PS2?
This is we are using a PlayStation Portable that sits underneath this thing to live stream on Ustream. Yeah.
Cool. I'm sorry I keep getting derailed.
It's okay. We've just made it very clear that we will do whatever Gamer959 tells us.
Whatever. Yeah, tell me to drink a cup of pee and I'll do it.
Free of charge.
But, okay, whatever. Skipping all that. My second thing is, I want to bring it, can it be a collection of people?
Yeah.
Like, for one common
You said the
purpose?
Chicago Bulls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's a certain group of people that, like, I've tried to reach out to and, like...
What can I say?
Drew, please continue.
a certain group of people who
You know the one in gray. Tell him to take his clothes off.
that's my landlady writing all this stuff right now.
He's so nice.
There's a certain group of people that like I owe apologies to, that I've tried to reach out to and apologize to them, and a lot of them won't return my calls or answer my emails, and I'd like to scoop them up and just drop them off in my apartment so I could say I'm sorry and clean my side of the street, and then they can go off and live their lives.
Nice.
They don't have to stay here.
That's a great one. Because there's probably a lot of people as well, sorry ex-girlfriends in Chicago, that would probably be like, holy hell, don't not return my call, get away from me. So to actually be able to uproot them
against their will,
and be like, hey, what's up? Like, just let me tell you my side of the story real quick, and then reroute them, and they're like, holy shit, what just happened? That's a good one. I like that.
Find your own way back to Chicago.
Yeah. But I can't. The magic doesn't work twice.
right. The
magic that we have come up with does not.
Even if I had the ability to send you back for my second thing, you were the third, so I have no worries.
Right.
More selections.
Oh wow. Okay, third for me. After that.
Is this one of your topics, by the way?
After that poignant one. No.
Okay.
I just.
So maybe this will be a 3-hour podcast.
Yeah.
I got nothing to do today, so it's fine.
So
I gotta start eating those brownies.
Right? No, they're there. I would have to say.
Can you watch the table noise, Drew? Did we tell him about table noise?
I don't think so.
Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry about the table noise.
So.
Classic Drew.
I guess I'll just say bar life.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Not for I'm still going out partying like I did. I was in Chicago, but just the nightlife was fun in Chicago. Like
the fucking best.
It really went.
It was a part of time.
Hour.
It was like a time in our life also that I think that was important about that.
I'll move these. I really have to agree, and that was going to be my third one, because as somebody that doesn't drink anymore, you can go to just a bar in Chicago and just hang out, and it's just fine, and it's a social thing. Whereas I feel like here, there's all these other weird loaded things that you have to be doing.
For sure.
There's some cool dive bars and stuff, but it's not consistent. I mean, we lived in Wrigleyville.
For sure.
Yeah,
that's kind of because you could even go to Wrigleyville, any Wrigleyville bar, and even sometimes more entertaining. Like when I went back, more entertaining was not to drink.
Right.
And to watch the people that were during the Cubs game. Like, wow, that was me 6 years ago, 7 years ago. But yeah, Wrigleyville, just uproot that kind of mentality. And I guess because it's right there where the Cubs played, there was so much just madness. And I'm not saying I want that anymore, but to have it around when you can go to it when you want to is nice. Maybe not when it's living on your front lawn like we did,
puking on your front lawn.
And people literally at 4 p.m, people passing by extremely blasted drunk, trying to get home.
So fun.
Yeah, so I know, but it kind of was in a sense of my God,
it was fucking great.
Yeah,
I just honestly think that I liked it a lot back then, and if it was happening now, I'd be more annoyed by it.
For sure.
Back then, I was like, sure, and then we would probably just go drink too.
Yeah, right. What do you got, Josh? Last one.
Third thing.
I made it 3. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, my third one was going to be a joke thing. I was going to say the Bean, but one on every corner in Los Angeles. Just hundreds and thousands of beans.
God, that'd be so ridiculous.
Do you understand that the city would probably melt?
Yeah.
The sun would hit it.
It looked like a weird Dolly painting. The entire city.
Saw it from above.
Fires everywhere. And the person who's probably trying to take the picture of the helicopter is being burned alive because all the reflections
shining back into the lens into their eyeballs.
I will say the rent from Chicago.
Yeah,
it is much cheaper.
The cost
of living. I'll take
4 of us living in that
the
place.
cost of living from Chicago. I'll take that.
Of living is a great answer.
Do you know when Leo moved into the patio of our fucking apartment and there were 4 of us living there? Weren't we paying $270 each?
Something like that.
Yeah, because
for that big fucking place.
I think Robin lived there
Wrigley.
At Wilton?
Yeah.
How much was rent there?
$15.10.
Yeah,
that place is huge.
Alright, so maybe it was more. Maybe it was 3.
I think I was paying maybe $900, $850 or $900 for my place or something. It was definitely under $1,000.
And you had a 1-bedroom.
Yeah, and I had a 1-bedroom, and that's
beautiful 1-bedroom in a great neighborhood.
I fucking dare you to find a 1-bedroom here for under $1,000.
Yeah.
You can't even barely find a studio for $1,000.
But I think the Wilton apartment was supposed to be 2-bed on our side. It was just massive.
Was Josh's room like a den or something?
Well, that too, but also that room was a den, but even the room that I originally lived in was supposed to be like an office, they told me, because it was so small.
Right.
Yeah.
Because my room?
No, the room that I originally lived in.
Oh, you lived in Ustream originally?
Where Nate lived.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a tiny.
That's a very small room.
Because that's why I moved out and moved in the one you lived in. Mike Lee was in.
Yeah, in my room.
A lot of movement.
Didn't actually. Yeah, he didn't have a closet. So I don't know what you would call that.
Yeah, and you had those French. I feel like your room, and it was right off the lip. It was like definitely a den.
Yeah, like French doors.
But fuck, when you're, when you want to make it cheap, you just.
So yeah, it was a better 3-bedroom situation than a lot of the places that we looked at when we first moved out here that said they were 4 bedrooms, and they were clearly 3 with like a curtain hanging across.
Yeah,
the like, hey, 4 bedroom. Like, no, that's not.
Our place ended up being great that first place.
Yeah, that was a great find.
We should have.
3949 Los Feliz Boulevard.
Yeah.
Go check it out. We still have the key.
Yeah.
Is that true?
For the pool. You can get into the pool.
Yeah.
We gotta go back to that pool. We gotta bring Drew.
Yeah.
You got a pool here.
Yeah,
this pool was heated with a hot tub.
Oh, this one
had a deep end.
And had a deep end, but also
that's one of my top criteria.
Had a deep end. One years old.
I mean, you could jump from 2 stories above though and land.
Right.
That's my biggest thing for a pool. Like, if there's no deep end, like I'm
this one's like 3 feet or whatever, right? Like it's pretty.
But the deepest is like 5. I think that's as deep as it goes.
Plus the hot tub was awesome.
But my favorite was one of the times we were using the pool. There was this massive family of like 15 people that came in to the front door and all were hanging out by the pool. And then we were all like, yeah, cool, they must live here. And then the entire family got out and left through the door. Nobody went upstairs. Nobody did anything. I was like, great.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, they're using the pool the exact same way that
we should be.
Yeah. And there's like a sauna in there and everything too.
Oh yeah, sauna, like heated rocks and steam and all that.
It was not a bad place to live for filming.
Yeah.
And that big office, like meeting area, like office area that we used for Wilton Way.
Okay. We tried to use. Yeah, so cost of living, good one. I like that.
Great. Number 3.
Absolutely.
How about fuck, man. I don't know. You got number 3, Drew?
Yeah, I'd like to see my son again.
Yeah.
That'd be a good one. But real quick, since it's my turn, I'm so sorry to do this, but I would like to bring Drew's son here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Do we know where he is right now?
He's somewhere in Winnetka, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, this magic will get him, but I'm just curious.
Yeah, he's fucking here now. Yeah. We already said it out loud. He's here. I don't know. I just want to make sure that he's here and that I don't know, just get to see him more.
Yeah.
You know?
And then he's grateful to you for bringing him in.
Yeah, he's a big part of, I mean, if I'm the one who pulls him from the hell that is Winnetka and brings him here to live with,
shit show.
To live with us, I just feel like he'll be indebted to me forever.
And I mean, I want to see him, every couple months, sorry about the table noise, every couple months or so.
Right.
But I think he'd be a good dad to my son.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I would too. I'm ready to have a kid.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking about maybe making this year be the year that I get somebody pregnant. So if I could just not do that and be the dad to your kid instead, that'd be great.
You know what's really weird is you did say that.
Yeah.
Last week.
Absolutely.
You actually... I'm sorry for cutting off.
No. I was just saying that last week Brian did bring up that he thinks that this is going to be the year he's going to get someone accidentally pregnant.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But do you want to have children someday?
I don't really know. I always thought I did want to. Thought I did. And then the more that I live my life, I think maybe I don't or shouldn't.
You're 32 now.
But
that sperm's drying up, bro.
No, I know. My sperm, I mean, when it comes out, it fucking hurts because it's just like these, it's like dust. Yeah, exactly. It's like little white dust.
Yeah.
So, we'll see. If it happens, it happens. I'll roll with the punches.
That is one of the worst things I've ever
had.
Your sperm looks like Drew's landlady.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Horrible.
Maybe we should team up.
So wait, if I can remember, 4 feet tall, frizzy black hair.
Yeah, I mean,
Boston accent.
Yeah,
Boston accent.
Awesome.
But then like
Sassy Andrew.
But then like thousands, if not millions of them at the same time. Fuck. Seems like an issue.
That's horrifying.
We'll figure it out.
I'll have guest houses.
Yeah, I've been thinking a lot lately about my. I'm not old. I'm 26. A lot younger than you guys.
Yeah,
you're way younger than us. Yeah.
I'm gonna steal your youth.
But you can have it because I've found I've been getting better with age. But I've been thinking, this last year or so, I was like, it's like, I'm starting to think about that kind of stuff. Like, do I want to pass along all my shit genes and like to punish some poor human being with putting up with me as a father, or do I want to just accept the fact that the next generation is probably going to die a hellish death because of climate change and possible
I'm glad to hear you say
fundamentalism.
that, because I honestly, like, I always think about does that affect people's decision to have a kid as like the reality of where we're going as a planet?
Well, it should, I think.
I think it definitely should.
Yeah. It's like in any situation, like in a zombie apocalypse, like obviously to take it like a fictional thing, they're like, why would I give birth here? It's like the same kind of concept of what you're saying. It's like the climate change. I mean, you guys keep saying it. I'm not sure what that is, but we'll talk about that in a moment.
Episode 100.
But episode
2015.
It seems like some sort of hoax. Seems like some sort of hoax you guys are talking about. But no, it makes a good point. And also, but I might have to say, you said that you put up with you as a father. That's at least a good sign that you'd stick around.
Yeah.
So you see, you put up with me. If you're not even around,
I don't want to make some kid wonder who I would have been as a father because I'm never.
That's a much better answer
with him.
Well, I mean, that's what I mean. Like, my dad was a good dad. He was there. He didn't leave us. He was busy all the time, so we only really saw him on the weekends or an hour here and there before bed. But
I love you, Leah.
To a certain extent, it was kind of just like, I'm just kind of putting up with this guy.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, I'll play hockey for 8 years. Oh, my dad just started watching.
Killer Gunk 11. Drew's dad.
Killer Gunk. Hi,
do you ever think...
it's gone. Please don't remind us.
I think sometimes that, personally anyway, I'm being selfish when I think about having a kid, because I think sometimes that it's more about, like, I want to, like, turn this little kid into what I think a great kid might be, or like I think if all these things that I think are true and good, if I give them to anybody, it would be my spawn, and then I think I'm really just more like thinking about me even than the kid, but like me having the opportunity to do that versus the kid, like versus the kid's point of view.
I mean, that's you guys are making very good points, and that I just think in my mind it's like I feel like I have to.
You feel like you have to have a kid?
Like, I'm a junior. I want to continue the line. Where it's like...
If you had a different name, would you feel that way?
Yeah, probably I would, because I want to actually, like, be like, damn, I got to be a good dad. Because I got to, like, believe in this world that there's some out there. Like, I've got to be a good dad because I want to...
Okay, that makes sense.
Because I want to believe that, there are good fathers out there. Because right now, I'm at zero base right now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yours sound wonderful, because he stuck around. That's cool.
Were your friends, like when you were a kid, did you like feel any connection or pay like extra attention to your friends' dads?
They also were single moms.
Got it.
Like it was actually very strange. In Bethesda, Maryland, where we lived in my mom lived in this townhouse, this super low rent townhouse. And the people to our left, in front of us, and the one person that I was friends with, everyone didn't have dads. Like, they were all single moms that were living there and then had kids. So I think just being around that too, it was like, oh shit.
That's just what you saw.
That's what I saw until I was like 11, and then my stepdad came into the picture.
Right.
And he was super great, but as super great as he wasn't. No,
of course.
He wasn't the real thing.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm curious about. With our generation, and then the future generations, is are those like family units going to be stronger, like because of situations like that? Like, all my friends growing up were had divorced parents or came from single parent homes, and I'm assuming a lot of them now would not want to find themselves in a similar situation when they're starting a family. So I'd be curious to see if that's going to kind of like carry over into, like, if that's going to inform people, from now on. Just because I do feel like we are progressing socially in so many other ways. What will the family unit look like, in 20 years? Like, will it be stronger and look different than it, the sort of like weird baby boomer idyllic, like 1950s family unit that we still picture, when we think of family, dad smoking a pipe and mom wearing an apron.
Drinking a martini.
Yeah.
It's very true.
Very interesting.
Drew, I like you. Bring up the points.
No joke, like, I have proof because I never write down anything, but that was going to be my topic, was like, what is the next generation going to be like? Like, we're like, right now everyone's complaining about millennials and like, especially like in the workforce, how like they just want hand-me-outs and like they don't feel like they have to like work as hard. Where the generation before was all about doing all this hard work and stuff like that. Now millennials are just like, oh, let's help me. And like, what will the generation that millennials raise be like? What are those kids going to grow up with? Their generation going to be like thought of as? Are they going to be super like isolated because they're all just internet on their phones, all that kind of stuff? Is that, and like that's what they associate with as socializing, just like looking at screens? Or what is their actual interaction with like coworkers going to be like?
I'm kind of with Drew on that one. That I believe in humanity more. That I think we'll get to a point where it's like, you know what? Enough of this shit. Enough of these screens. Enough of that. Like him saying the family life will be better. It's like I do believe in that future.
It'll like come back, almost like how right now like millennials and stuff like so. Praise or cherish like vintage things and stuff like that. Will it become the point where it's like they cherish like the vintage family lifestyle, where now it's like cool to be like a complete family unit, and like now like that's like a value that a lot of people seek?
Or like all of a sudden like they'll be the next generation looking at phones and be like, no, you know what? No, let's actually call somebody. Let's actually go to their house and something like that. Like I think that might
be great. In fact, I feel like you guys have more faith in.
I do. I guess that's.
I do think to a certain extent stuff comes in cycles.
Sure.
Like this Ustream, for instance, like in like stuff like Periscope and like stuff like that, like. When you watch movies from like the past, like this is like what people consider the future of TV and entertainment and stuff, and it's, to me, it's really not. Like it's another aspect of it. Like like people are still gonna want to watch Castle on TV.
Of course,
I'm not caught up, so no spoilers, please. But
got it.
But like I think stuff comes in waves. Like when it comes to the whole millennial thing, like I look at even like with comedy, like one of the biggest complaints people have about millennials is that everything's like ironic and irony and rolling my eyes and turning my middle finger up at stuff. But really, I see it headed. It's still kind of along that track, but it's like headed in this other weird direction where there's like a certain level of like sincerity to a lot of stuff you'll see, like creatively, like I feel like it's not people just turning their middle finger up at things or being cynical. Like it's all headed down this road of like actually trying to say something. Look, this is so unprofessional.
I know, I apologize.
I can't believe that happened.
This kind of shit never happens at Frogtown.
No, but what you were saying was really cool, and we just wanted to punch up with some sound effects.
Yeah, like your podcast has a lot of like cool like music and like
right
underplays. Yeah. I really like how you like change like the music, like based like the beats of the story. Like when you start getting like real like into the intense moments, like you change the music and like gets like really.
So you were getting real intense, and that of course Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah.
That was the Crash Bandicoot theme song.
Well,
sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, no. I mean that's one last thing, and then I'll get off my like soapbox. That's kind of what I try to do with This American Drew a little bit is like sort of merge those two ideas together, because without pulling the curtain back too much, some of the stuff that happens on the show is a bit, and then there's other stuff like me talking about getting arrested or stuff like that is actually legit, actually happened. And I think those two things can kind of merge into this thing that isn't just like this detached, ironic flannel shirt.
Yeah, that should only go so far. I think if it's all real surface like that, you got to throw in the truth and shit sometimes, because that's really in the end I think what makes people want to listen to anything.
Right. Right.
A little truth in that. I kind of want to take a little hard turn real quick.
Oh no.
And
New
change,
topic? Let's
and
switch it
change
up.
the subject.
Let's do it.
Did we get your third?
My third.
I don't
Yeah,
think we
my
got-
son.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay, thank you.
technically I sold your son as one of my choices, but that's fine.
We can share a third.
Thank you. I'm glad. We broke the rule of the very last one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Drew, last week I did this thing on the podcast called "Hey Hollywood, Hire Us." So it's basically my pitch, or anyone who wants to go's pitch to get cast in something.
I actually have one today.
You do?
Yeah.
Would you like to go first?
You have one too?
Yeah.
Whatever you want.
I was the only one that went last week.
Okay.
I was Gary, the grizzled vet.
Right.
I actually.
Everybody who listened last week remembers.
I actually formed tears. in my eyes.
touching performance.
Yeah, the boards are lighting up right now.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Yes. In a moment, board. Also, can you do that?
Leo was nominated for an Oscar.
Yep.
I mean,
He was. He is white.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, I am white.
He was nominated before he did the performance.
Save it for episode 100.
Oh my god, guys! Episode 100.
That's
so
true.
much going on. 2016 Oscar noms in like 2017.
Yeah.
And when it's episode 100.
Yeah, when did we decide it would be like at the end of next year? Or
It would be
something?
the
I
end of
can't
next year, but we should talk about 2016 Oscar noms.
Boom!
Oh, the controller actually died.
Whoops.
So you want me to go?
Yeah, if you could.
Sure. I need a little help. It's actually a two-person scene.
Okay.
That's okay.
If you have it written down, if Drew's
Yeah.
right there, or if
Yeah, Drew, you want to do Hey Hollywood Hire Us with me?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
Brian, can I get Hey Hollywood? Hire us.
Absolutely.
This is Brian's audition.
Why don't I'm gonna go ahead and take the first line and the subsequent lines by that character, and you be the other character. Yeah.
Should we wait until...
Yeah, right after this fucking noise stops.
Like, this is what people thought the future was going to sound like. Weird, like, pulsating,
Yeah.
synthy things.
And maybe it will. Maybe it will.
To quote, Honey, we shrunk ourselves. The future is now.
Is that the third in that series?
That's the third, yeah. The direct-to-video one.
Yo, where the fuck is Rick Moranis? I hope that he's gonna be in the sequel to
He,
fucking.
Let's give Rick Moranis a cheers, not say where the fuck was he.
What do you mean? I'm speaking. I
of
said,
good
where the
dads.
fuck is he? Because we want him back. What are you talking about?
His wife died, yeah.
His wife died. He retired to be with his kids. The rest of his
What's the
life.
fucking
There's
Mel
good
Brooks
dad.
Spaceballs? Is he not going to be in Spaceballs? I wonder if he'll come back for Spaceballs too.
doubt he
Are they
will.
making
Yeah.
Spaceballs too?
Yeah, I think so. There's talk of it.
Ooh. The Balls Awaken?
2 balls,
Hilarious.
1 cup.
Ah, gross.
So hey Hollywood.
Hey Hollywood, hire us. Mr. Mystery Guest, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Unless you want to open up the front door for me.
No, I'm afraid not. But you have me at a loss. You know my name, but who are you? Just another American who saw too many movies as a child? Another orphan of a bankrupt culture who thinks he's John Wayne, Rambo, Marshall Dillon?
Was always kind of partial to Roy Rogers, actually. I really like those sequin shirts.
Do you really think you have a chance against us, Mr. Cowboy?
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
End scene.
Wow.
Thanks for all the beeps.
Yeah, that was really helpful in my performance.
Do you guys know what that's from? You can probably tell from the last line.
I want to say it was Die Hard.
Indeed it was.
Yeah. Mega Hard.
My Hey Hollywood... Die Hard, Mega Hard.
Hard.
My Hey Hollywood Hire Us this week was in honor of the late Alan Rickman, who was played by me and as Hans Gruber.
Hey Hollywood. Hire him.
What a fucking bit.
What do we got? Do you guys? Anyone else having one?
Not currently.
Okay. This is my this week. Hey Hollywood, hire us. This is Felix, the super afraid of flying flight attendant. Hi guys, thanks for flying with us today. I just want to make sure everyone knows that their seatbelts need to be. Seatbelts need to be tightened as we are We're pushing off. We're pushing off here, and we're about ready to hit the air. We're gonna be 30,000 fucking feet. Oh fuck! We're gonna be 30,000 feet in the air and flying at 600 fucking miles an hour. Are you fucking kidding me? Why do I do this? What? Why do I do this? So, we're going to be coming through doing final checks. Again, if you need me, press the button. I might show up, or I'll just be strapped in the back if you need me. Because I don't know if you heard this, but we're going to be flying 600 miles an hour. That was my, hey, Hollywood, hire us.
I thought your face was going to explode.
It was close.
There was so much. You were so red.
Yep.
Like,
very red-faced.
I thought there was just going to be a pink mist, like just in the.
Brian's sperm.
If that were to actually, but again, I want to get into it.
Hey Hollywood, hire us, a.k.a. Leo's chance to show us tears. Every week, I just know what to expect now.
I think you're right that time.
You're getting pretty watery-eyed.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I was
dying.
getting. Tears of fear. Yeah, tears of fear. Tears of fear. I like that.
That was great. Well done.
Let's talk.
And a little bit of truth there, because you do not like flying.
And you are a flight attendant.
I am a flight.
And your name is Felix.
Absolutely hate flying. But I do it.
Absolutely.
But I've grown up just to deal with it and just to do it.
I mean, if you want to get somewhere across the country or across the world in a short amount of time, you're going to need to get on that airplane.
Yes,
Yeah.
I can tell you from someone who attempted buses, Greyhounds, and Amtrak from Chicago to DC multiple times to go back home. Yeah, flying is a little bit easier.
We considered flying here when we moved here.
But you guys took a train.
But we took
We
a
took a
train.
train.
Mm-hmm.
We actually even almost bought an RV,
That's true.
but
We
that's.
just looked at it, and then we tried to test drive it. It wouldn't test start.
Yeah, the next day we went to test drive it because we looked at it, everything looked fine, it looked great. It was in
That would have been so sick.
yeah, it was great condition. We had a place to park it and everything right next to Wilton, but that just didn't work out.
I remember I was sitting. This is all just kind of rushing back to me now. For some reason, I don't know why. I mean, I can guess why, but like that day you guys left, I had been up all night, and I was sitting out on my out on the porch with Duncan smoking a cigarette when you guys were leaving, and I like watched you guys leave, and it was like really strange and kind of I felt like emotional because like it just felt like a scene from a movie, even though I didn't really know you guys that well. But it was like this moment where it was like, they're going somewhere.
They're doing it.
Did you know at that time that you were going to come? Did you have plans at that time to come out eventually?
My plan in college was to literally just make a living doing improv, or not make a living doing improv, but make a living and do improv.
Okay.
Like I knew I was going to film school, I guess, as a backup plan, to like get to learn how to use camera and stuff. But me coming out here, it all kind of just happened by mistake.
I was waiting for you to read that.
Suck my dick, wavy shooter. Okay? He asked me a fucking question.
Yeah, someone, for those listening, someone had a not so nice comment on the Ustream, and Brian and I both noticed it and knew it was about Drew. Drew is our special guest, so he will be doing a lot of talking.
Absolutely.
They were asking why he was talking so much, and we were just waiting for Drew to turn and realize mid-sentence that someone was busting his balls.
Drew, continue.
Now, listen to me, wavy shooter, okay? You don't know me, you don't know my history. A comment like that could send me right off the rails.
He's been to a lot of therapists.
I've been to 3 therapists in the last 3 years.
That's once a year, wavy shooter.
I have a mood disorder.
And a gun.
I wish you could say I felt the same way. when we were leaving.
You guys could look back and be like, aw.
No, that's really cool that you remember that. I love that.
No, that is awesome. Instead, I was carrying, I think somebody was carrying like a 50-pound box of electronics because we didn't want to buy
That
anything.
fucking rocks.
Hey, it's worked. We still have it. I haven't bought fucking electronics.
Dude, what did we pack the shit into Megan's car? How did we get to the train?
Yeah.
I think so, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she dropped us off.
Jesus. That's funny. Yeah, that was the last time I saw you until right now.
Not till right now. I've seen you since
I was
then.
lying.
I hope I mean, because like I've always it's something Wavy Shooter.
He knows you so well.
Wavy Shooter has made amends.
Yeah, he has changed his tune quite a bit.
Well, Wavy Shooter, an apology means that you're going to change the behavior. So if I see any other nasty comments out of you, I don't know what I'm going to do because I don't know where you live and I don't want to cyberbully you because I'm bigger than you. I'm assuming you're a young man or young lady, and I'm 26 and I work in Hollywood and I'm doing really good.
He's doing a great job. His status is very high. So yeah, I'd watch it.
You guys were I remember what I was going to say. I hope it never. Every time I see you guys, you know when you like run into someone, and all right, whatever. You know when you see someone that you like, and you're like, oh, let's hang out, and it's like an empty gesture. I realized like very recently, like I just bump into you guys and I was like, yeah, we should hang out sometime. And I want you guys to know that I mean that. It's not an empty gesture. And because you guys are cool guys.
I like you, Drew.
And
I think it really like we really should hang out.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I think we would all probably have a pretty good time.
Because I mean, he does work in Hollywood and he is the business. So, ladies and gentlemen,
that's what I was gonna say. Is this bit. I knew you guys could act because I watched your web videos. I've listened to the show a lot, but I didn't know you guys could act that well. So I'll be putting in a good word to
Hollywood.
Hey, Hollywood!
I'll be calling up Hollywood.
I do want to ask how, for real though, how your journey came about when you got out here. How you Comedy Bang Bang and all that kind of stuff. Because I love that show. And I know
Thank you.
Yeah, land amongst a pretty great group of people in comedy, and I have no idea how you did it.
Well, be prepared, Wavy Shooter, because it's going to be a kind of a long answer. I was in a program with DePaul University that just kind of allowed us to finish out school out here, I never really went to any of the classes because I was not a good college student, but I utilized the internship that they kind of set me up with, and basically it's strange, like, because for a while I was working. You condescending little wiener, you can't act, lay off the Zol. All right. This is why I don't read comments about the shows I work on.
Yeah.
We honestly don't even usually address them.
Their dicks. Then basically, like I was working on some movie that the UPM knew some people that had worked on Tim and Eric's $1 billion movie, and I got set up with Absolutely Productions, and I was kind of at a point where it was like I had like $100 left in my bank account. And was just like, I'm just going to try to intern, and if it fucks up, I'm just going to go back to Chicago. And it kind of worked out, and I just kind of climbed the ladder at ABSO, and, I want to direct eventually, but editing is a lot of fun. It's like directing after the fact.
Is that your position right now? You're not good with them?
Yeah.
You're real good at it.
Well, thank you. Yeah, and Comedy Bang Bang's a fun show to edit because every episode and every sketch is like...
We get so much hate on this show, it's hilarious. It's fantastic.
Very specific. The Wavy Shooter just called out Drew, referring to him as a K-list celebrity.
Wavy Shooter, and just be honest here, how many times, like, at what point did you decide on K? Did you start with C, but then you kept going, and how did you end on K? I want to know.
It's very specific, and I'm a big fan, actually.
Yeah,
that's a very unique burn.
I'm, like, on Wavy Shooter's side now. Yeah, it's a fun show to work on because every sketch and every episode, it's like working on a different show. Like, all the styles are so different. You spelled speech wrong, you dum-dum.
Or did he spell peach right, but we added an S to it?
Interesting point, man. Interesting point.
I mean, his peach could be cracking.
For those listening right now, we are talking a lot about Ustream.
Yeah, I'm sorry I keep doing that. how did you like? Well, that was a kind of question that I had for you guys. Like, I mean, I thought that was so cool that you guys were just like up and leaving Chicago and coming out here. Like, what was that experience like? Like, did you have anything set up, or was it just kind of like change of pace, get the fuck out of Chicago? And
yeah, we had nothing set up to get to LA. Our plan was to make those arrangements while on the 44-hour train. Apparently, we got on the one Amtrak train that did not have Wi-Fi, and we had no cellular internet because we were in the middle of nowhere. And so we weren't able to make any type of apartment hunting or hotel decisions until about an hour outside of Union Station when we finally got internet again. So we found a hotel that was within walking distance.
The Metro Plaza.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
And right off Spring Street, and then walked over there, and then rented a car and drove around for I think like 5 days apartment hunting, and until we finally found a spot that had 4 rooms.
No jobs set up.
Yep. Not
No
near
place to
enough
live.
savings.
Nobody had a
Not with
car.
us.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the same thing I did when I moved to Chicago too. So for me, it wasn't really. It was scary with the obviously the money part, but I love doing that, just upping and moving somewhere, and then just trying to make your way. Like I basically did that in Chicago. Was lucky enough to get a job right away. Yeah, but I also think cost of living kind of came out of nowhere, but which shouldn't have. I should have done some research. But yeah, cost of living.
How much our first apartment wasn't that much, was it?
Yeah,
it was $3,000 for 4 of us, right?
Yeah.
So it wasn't like it was crazy.
Yeah, but it was just that's doubled in Chicago, so it's like
twice what we were paying in Chicago.
So it's more than for me. It was more like damn, like maybe I would have instead of having an arbitrary date to move, maybe I'll be smart enough and have money saved up. I don't regret it. I think it was great. We're out here.
I fucking regret it.
Oh no! It's beautiful. It's amazing. I'm obviously so proud of you and your success, and I'm glad that that worked out for you. So yeah, screw everybody else.
Drew, question.
Answer.
When you all right, I'll let
That's
you
your
read that
answer,
first.
or is that?
All right.
You had just mentioned, which I guess I didn't realize, but you said that you had not too much money in the bank and were at a pretty low point where if this one last thing didn't work out, you may have had to go back to Chicago. Do you think that had a lot to do with the fact that you did end up succeeding? The fact that you had to struggle, you're in a position where there was nothing really to fall back on, and things weren't really going well. Like you had no choice, basically.
No, I don't think it did really, because I think everything. I think my K-list status in Hollywood,
if it's even paid.
It's even paid.
Wow.
I think so much of it was luck. I really don't think I deserve any of the jobs I ever get. I have a very low self-esteem.
You think that?
Yeah, I truthfully think that.
You think luck has?
I can recognize
luck has gotten you.
Yeah, yeah. I can recognize my talents as like an editor, but it doesn't really go beyond that. Like, I still don't really understand how this whole system works. I think I just lucked out because I knew a good group of people at that time a pretty small production company.
Yeah.
That took care of their interns and hired them if they showed interest in staying with the company and moving up. I don't think anything. I think so much of it. If I was a religious man, I would say it was all the good Lord's doing.
Good Lord, but obviously,
but you're not silly enough to believe that.
But luck is, you went to college, you put yourself in that position to be in the right place at the right time. So it's a lot of hard work too on your part.
Yeah, but I was a burnout in college. I went to jail. No, I did not try at all. It just doesn't make sense to me. I literally made 3 student films while I was in film school. One of them was mostly animated and shot by me, and the other 2 were just kind of dumb little things that I did. So it was I just don't. I feel I definitely work hard and work hard to this day, but like so much of it doesn't feel earned. You know.
Interesting. That was maybe not what I expected, but perhaps I wanted to hear. Perhaps I wanted to hear my answer. I always think about from the acting point of view. If some of the reason that I'm not where I want to be yet is because other parts of my life are so comfortable, and that takes away from like a real strong motivation because because I make money otherwise and everything else is good in life for the most part.
That is kind of how I felt in Chicago. I wasn't as motivated to try new things in terms of like, reaching success than what I really want to do. I was content shooting a web series video every week, and that was enough. And then once we kind of realized we could do this in any city, there's nothing about Chicago that's keeping us here. It was like, well, might as well move and actually pursue our bigger dreams.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like I said earlier, it's like all I really wanted to do was do comedy and be able to support myself and my dog.
Right.
And somewhere along the way, I kind of stopped doing comedy and, would just work on comedy shows. That's kind of been making a comeback in my life, and I'm really glad because it's really important to me to be creating my own stuff. I think in any career, it's really dangerous just to kind of get comfortable.
Or in any aspect of your life.
Yeah, in any relationships, friendships. It's like because that's when stuff starts to go wrong.
Very true.
I mean, for me, I don't necessarily want to be at the. Oh, I won't be on the show I'm on forever. I doubt it's going to go for 40 seasons or whatever. But I think I definitely want to move on to some bigger and better things. Not necessarily better.
No, you said better. You can't take that back.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut that part out on my version of the show.
But you leave like Brian's part in. Wait, did he say that? Everyone's like constantly rewinding.
But I like one. This is the year that I'm gonna start really trying to make some other stuff happen and grow, because I feel like all the other shit in my life, which was kind of a mess and but also headed in that comfortability path, a lot of that's like sorted out now to a certain extent, so I can kind of try to grow career wise.
Nice.
But
very good.
Awesome. We look forward to it, man.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
We look forward to you growing up and us latching on to your success.
So,
bring it back to therapy.
Yeah, bring it back to last week we also talked about something else, guys.
Can I pee?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
I've been holding it for like the last hour.
What are you doing?
Go.
And then you have to take a shot of it.
So
yeah, save one shot of it for yourself.
So Brian, if you could throw it to me, to the LA Sports Corner, please.
Absolutely. Hey, Leo. I felt like I was starting a word review there. I didn't mean to. If we could throw it over to Sports Corner Los Angeles edition, if we've got our correspondent there, I'd love to hear some updates.
Hey.
Are you coming? Can you hear me?
It's kind of hard to hear you, Brian, but I'm here in LA. It's Leo.
Got it. You're coming in clear. Just shoot.
Okay, just shoot. Okay. I want to kind of talk about something here in LA here, guys. Last week we had mentioned that the Rams are officially moving to Los Angeles.
Yes.
And we have an update.
Oh, great.
So if
we'd love to hear it back here in the studio.
Yeah, great. I'm going to read this press release I have here in front of me. Los Angeles will welcome the return of NFL football with the construction of a new 80,000-seat stadium complex and the NFL Disney World, expected to become the world's most expensive sports arena. So I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm just going to jump around, but there's some of the key points that pop out are obviously it's official. The Rams are moving to Los Angeles. Last time LA had a football team. Also, the Chargers asked to change their name to the Los Angeles Chargers too.
I should hope.
Yeah. So they haven't even decided they're moving here yet. But that's pretty much what's happening. So this NFL theme park is going to have 25 acres of park, 1.5 million square retail and office space.
So almost as big as your apartment.
Yeah.
I remember from talking about your apartment last week. Yeah.
2,500 homes in a 300-room hotel.
2,500 homes?
Yeah. So, in this complex in Inglewood. So that is 80,000 seat stadium. Any of you gentlemen?
They're expecting a fucking turnout for these games.
Do any of you gentlemen have a guess at what the estimated cost of the stadium they're looking at is right now? This is for in Inglewood. They already have plans drawn up.
How much? Fuck, I can't remember how much the new Cowboys Stadium was.
The new Cowboys Stadium was a little over $1 billion.
Oh, it was
$1.3 billion, I believe.
Jesus Christ.
Now this is, if you missed it, Drew, the 80,000 seat stadium that they're building and the NFL Disney World that they're building with that as well.
I would like to take a stab at it and just say that I will guess $7 trillion.
Okay, good guess.
Yeah, thank you.
Good solid stab.
Solid stab.
I have no concept of numbers,
okay.
So I'll
wait to hear the response.
Yeah.
Well, you already told me, so I'm not going to guess.
Okay, so...
Can you just make a fake guess like he didn't tell you?
Yeah.
Just for our...
80 pennies.
Nice, 80 pennies.
All right.
80 cents.
So the unnamed NFL officials and owners say the true cost of this will be $2.66 billion.
Ah, that was close.
$2.66 billion. What do you guys think about that? Football coming back to LA. Or just like a massive, basically, mecca of football happening right in our backyards.
I think that professional sports as a whole in this country are over-celebrated.
Okay.
And the amount of money that goes into all of it and the amount of money that everybody makes is honestly just a joke.
Yeah.
The people that come out of it, all the injuries that go in. I mean, I'm watching sports now and I'm like mad at myself that I even give a fuck.
But you do. I mean, Antoine.
I might not anymore, to be quite honest.
Ooh, then you can see what it's like to be me.
Yeah.
Not giving a F.
It's like it probably doesn't matter in the long run because I'm just one dude and it's never going to change. But the decisions you make, I think those tiny as they seem, I think are pretty important and will actually affect you as a person and your character.
So you're coming out saying here that you think next football season you won't care about the Bears?
Yeah, I think, and honestly, I think even if I don't know, maybe if the Bears were good, my tune would be different. But I think it's just too much bullshit. And it's starting to come out a little bit, like people are starting to pay more attention, I think, to the fact that there's so much wrong with it. And maybe I'm just grasping onto that right now and I'm interested in it, but I don't know. I don't know if it's the best idea to pay too much attention to it anymore.
Interesting. I did not expect you to say that.
Me neither.
Coming from a point when we started this podcast in episode 1 being like, diehard like Bears fan, and you still said you want to pull the Bulls in. Like, that's still a sports team. I mean, bad stuff happens in the NBA too. It's not.
Oh, absolutely. No, I'm not just saying the NFL only.
Yeah.
But we're also doing a podcast. We talk about sports every week. There's no way I can escape it completely or anything. I might still have something to say about it every once in a while.
If it stopped being so celebrated, what should fill that void?
How about art?
Yeah, there you go.
Good answer.
How about something that doesn't just give people concussions and let people get away with literal murder and rape? I mean, I have no extreme stance against sports at all, because I don't want people telling me to stop liking Star Wars as much as I do.
Sure.
But you're listening to Virgin Radio. But yeah, it feels like it's definitely like I feel like the NFL in particular, there's so much that they need to look at, with what's going on with some of their players, because there are literal people with like brain damage
for sure
that are working on like like are working. They're still going out there and doing it. I feel like that's where a lot of these like violence off the field is coming from. Is just because people are getting these massive concussions, and these doctors are just saying like, yeah, go ahead, he's fine, because like they're getting paid off by I don't know whoever to
the man.
And like it was like Antoine Randall, a former football player, came out saying he regrets playing football. So like there's a lot of stuff happening. I think speaking of the bad
$2.6 billion. I mean,
speaking of the guys were
where else could that go?
The guys were 7.4, and that's going to create tons of jobs. That's going to create an absolute you could be like if a giant retail space, people are going to get hired there. People are going to work at that hotel. People are going to maintain the grass, maintain the yard. It's construction. It's going to be 5 years. Like that's so many jobs.
I worry about waste though, and I worry about people. I worry about with anything like this. Like it is great because it will hopefully create more jobs, but like I can only assume that a lot of it's going to come from exploited work that isn't like, it's not fair practice. It's not like union workers like laying down the grass or whatever, like, and just all the waste that would go into, like, never mind the fact the waste is going to happen once it's actually gonna, like, games are going to start being played, but just the construction of it, like, a lot of, this is like, this city, like, garbage wise and like waste wise, it's just fucking disgusting. We do not have our shit together, and I just don't see that really clearing itself up by the time they start building this whole stadium.
And it's crazy because like I think the people of Inglewood probably voted for a stadium. They might not have voted for an entire NFL Disney World type.
Yeah, that sounds. I can't wait to read more about that.
Yeah,
I don't even know what that means.
I mean, it's pretty insane. They're saying that this is the biggest stadium. It's going to be the most expensive stadium ever built inside the U.S. Like, obviously, soccer stadiums in over the seas are, sometimes double this amount of money because they hold like 150,000 people. But I don't know. I kind of just want to bring it up just because it's an LA topic,
right?
And it's the more you think of it too, it's like, damn, like these people of Inglewood, like. Imagine their Sundays now, like, or whenever they have events there.
Right.
The amount of extra traffic coming their direction or whatever, our traffic's already bad enough, but, this was, one of the proposals for this place was supposed to be LA Live. Like, I could not even imagine putting anything else around that area.
Yeah, the convention center. The convention center next door, they were going to, like, use half of it and some extra space to build the stadium there.
That would be even more nuts. But yeah, so that was just something I want to bring up. Definitely look into that, guys, because it's pretty interesting.
It's crazy.
You guys have any topics you want to anything on the brain they want to talk about?
What's on the brain, guys? Drew,
you haven't said much.
Am I talking too much? Be honest, because like that's my constant fear. Like, I know I shouldn't listen to people like that, but like...
No, he called somebody a niglet.
He called me that.
You absolutely don't need to listen to anything that this dude says.
Mayweather reads better than you.
Really?
Alright, oh yeah, okay, so... I wanted to know what some of your guys' dream guests would be.
Ooh, nice.
But... maybe... Well, no, that's it. That's the question.
Dream guest for this particular podcast?
Yeah.
Like in our apartment, sitting in that chair.
Where I'm sitting, reading all these comments.
I would have to say any sort of game developer that has actually launched and released a game.
Right.
Being a uber nerd about video games, sitting across the table from somebody and discussing, what was their journey like much like your journey to become an editor on Comedy Bang Bang. Like, what is their journey to go from not knowing anything about computers, maybe just absolutely loving them, to then building these games that are in an industry that's the fastest growing industry compared to movies and TV and things like that. Like, video games will surpass that in the next 10 years, if not all of that combined. So just to see what it's like in like a very young still, like 30, 40 year industry, to then now what it's going to look like and what their career path is. So that would be mine. Just any game developer, maybe somebody from Naughty Dog or something a little more indie who is doing it on their own and making stuff actually happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's mine.
Solid.
Could we get somebody to do that?
I feel like I
totally could.
I feel like there's a couple people that I could probably reach out to.
Yeah, tell them the fucking Scooter's asking, man.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we could probably, but it's also when I say it's a dream guest, I'd also be very nervous. But at the same time, I feel like I could, I'm sitting right across from you right now, Mr. Star-Lord. So it's
I'm a piece of shit. Nobody should ever feel nervous around me.
relax. Yeah. So Splash Damage, companies like that are actually making a game, and maybe and not like I'm not saying like someone who makes like Call of Duty where he's on a team of like 350 people. Yes, every single one of those people are important, and I love that. But I want to talk to somebody who's making No Man's Sky with a team of like 15, and he's one of the biggest games that it's supposed to be hyped this year, and also in this we've talked a lot about it on the podcast, but like virtual reality, like where they see that growing and stuff like that. So. Is
video game developing a pretty male-dominated field? Do you know?
I would say yes.
Just out of curiosity.
I would say yes. I would within the last maybe like 5-10 years, not as much so. But
I was just thinking it'd be cool to have that
faces
your dream guest, but it was also like a super hot chick.
Yeah, like agreed. Nina Freeman. She works at a company called Fulbright. She's just released a game, and she's kind of becoming a face in the industry.
Nice.
But yeah, so like Nina Freeman would be like an actual name person that I could imagine sitting across because she's done so much, so many games and launched so much herself.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What about you guys?
What about you, Josh?
I would want to have someone that you don't normally like see like in interviews. Because I don't want to do like an actor, like a director, or something like that you normally see talking on talk shows and stuff like that. So I would.
Sorry, just real quick. I just want to say, can you virgin niggas shut up?
Yeah.
Thanks. Appreciate that. Shout out to you, Wavy Shooter.
Man button, shutting us down.
Jesus Christ. This person is what's wrong with the world. Just kids growing up who think this is cool to just be a fucking idiot.
I was that kid, probably.
Yeah, I was too. That's why I think it's funny.
I don't know. I was an asshole,
kind of a shithead.
I think we were all shitheads.
Yeah, when I was a kid, there weren't these type of opportunities to have chats on live stream, but there were I did have tons of fun just going into random chat rooms and just being
people.
chaotic.
Yeah, I guess so.
I used to play online poker and just I would type just these when I was 13 I would just type this filthy stuff to people.
Yeah.
And just to watch them get so frustrated. It was never flaming like this where it's just calling people the N-word or virgins or whatever, but it was
V-word.
Yeah, the V word. I'm sorry, I don't want to be offensive.
Yeah, don't want to offend virgins.
But
I guess that's true.
The only
I keep
thing
forgetting that this person is a kid and not an adult.
I don't know. I kind of hope it's a 45-year-old man.
And the thing is, even if it is a kid, there are 45-year-olds that have that same fucking mentality.
Kevin Smith.
I'm so sorry. I just wanted to make that joke. I didn't mean to interrupt.
I'm also changing my answer to Wavy Shooter as my.
I call him. I think he hates me the most.
I gotta be honest, he would be best on This American Drew.
Yeah. Wavy Shooter and Dweeb just having a conversation.
Holy shit.
Josh, what do you got?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Josh.
No, I would choose someone who's in an industry that I am also very interested in, but you don't normally see on TV, which would be someone who creates comics. They're not often in the public spotlight. I wouldn't know what most of them even look like. But my personal favorite comic book author is Brian K. Vaughan. He wrote Why the Last Man. Saga is one of his current books that he has going, and I'm a huge fan of everything that he writes, so I would be very curious to talk to him. I've never seen an interview with him.
That's a pretty great guest to have.
Yeah.
Somebody who's not usually a guest.
I just got a book in the mail that's one of his.
Nice.
I saw you opening. I saw the delivery man drop that off to you.
Mm-hmm. What was the delivery man like?
He and I came up to the door at the same time, and he just kind of looked at me, and I could tell that he was thinking about handing me the packages.
Right.
And then he was like, and he just set it down and then walked away.
Solid.
4 feet tall, curly black hair.
That would have been funnier if I said
Sounded
that.
like an idiot.
All right, no wait. Okay. For my podcast, I'm going to say that, and I'm going to edit all that out.
Yeah.
And you guys are going to have a big laugh.
Okay.
Okay.
So should we laugh now? Just
Well, let me. I'll say it.
And then we're just gonna laugh right after.
Yeah.
Okay.
What did the Liberman look like?
Oh, he's about 4 feet tall, had curly black hair, talked with a Boston accent.
9/11 was an inside job.
What a button for that! Wow.
What about you, Brian?
My dream guest. I feel like my dream guest would be
Daisy Ridley.
either Daisy Ridley
That's what I thought.
or Abraham Lincoln, if we're counting people who are dead.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, that's why I didn't set any.
God
Yeah.
damn, Abraham Lincoln's a good one.
I feel like it
But-
was probably pretty. I just want to hear him say
They're not alive though,
the word hustle.
so it would just be his corpse.
It would just be his dead corpse.
Yeah,
I mean, at this point, it's not even. I mean, his bones, I guess, are
pretty cool though.
That'd be cool to like be putting my finger through the eye socket of Abraham Lincoln.
Could you imagine talking to that man?
Lincoln?
Yeah.
And having to tell him what a podcast is.
Yeah, and also him
He
being
would
like,
just be freaking the fuck out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, I mean, him sitting in here being called like a faggot and stuff
Right,
by like
right.
people, like he would
Perfect.
be just like, I don't get this. These are humans communicating to me.
I thought we solved this.
who's that turd with the top hat? Get him out of here.
Exactly.
Why is his head cut off in frame?
Who's this 7-foot virgin?
Who's this 7-foot virgin?
That's a good one. I like that. Oh, Daisy Ridley, really?
Yeah, but obviously that's just super selfish, and it would just be so that like I could get to know her and try to lay down some game on her. Not that
Nice.
I have any game, but try to form a
Imagine
friendship.
Kid Drew is Daisy. What would you say?
Yeah, okay, I'm Daisy Ridley.
Just starting right now.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I would just be like,
I don't know this game.
The easiest part is you don't have to imagine very hard.
Let's
Yeah,
see some of
Drew
this
is
game.
just beautiful.
No, come on. I just admitted that I don't have game. I just would try to be normal, and hopefully she would like that. Just who I am as a person on the inside and on the outside.
I kind of want to be a little bit selfish here and turn this conversation because you say you are a diehard fan of Star Wars.
Yeah.
What did you think of The Force Awakens? I'm sorry if you've already talked about this on yours.
I haven't at all, actually. I saw it 6 times.
Wow.
That's a lot of
Yeah.
times.
But I saw Guardians of the Galaxy 7 times, so that was part of the reason why I wanted to sort of Guardians of the Galaxy it. I loved it. That first couple times I really loved it. And it's as I've watched it more and more I can appreciate it still, but there's some problems with it.
For sure.
I think Kylo Ren's a great villain. I know that's not really a popular opinion. I think
Really?
Oh, I thought
I've
everybody
heard
was
so
digging
many
him.
people call him like a pussy and stuff, and it's like
He was
Really?
fantastic.
Yeah, well, I think it was now with the popularity of that Twitter, that emo Kylo Ren. Now
Yeah.
people are just kind of like putting that on the actual character of Kylo Ren, and
right.
like thinking that I thought like his like people like they just like has tantrums and stuff like that. But I just thought that was cool because that was like his inability to control that anger, which drives the dark side, and he just lashes out, and he does not have that self-control. I thought that was really interesting.
this is gonna sound fucked up, but what I liked about him was that he was almost like, in terms of villains, like he was almost like a Columbine shooter or something. Like he was just this kid that like this angry fucking confused kid, and like I thought that was a level that I don't know if that's necessarily something they intended, but like it was cool because I felt like it was there, but it wasn't. I wasn't beaten over the head with it like so many like mainstream movies do with like information like that.
I will say I thought it was also interesting how like all the other movies talk about being seduced by the dark side, but he was the first one. It was like someone on the dark side talking about being seduced by the light side. I thought that was a cool take on it.
Yeah, I think you're seeing the you're starting with him in the middle of his. Where is he going to go? Is he going to be this evil guy? He's still struggling with as opposed to already like getting to that point. So you get to kind of see him go through that, and I thought he did such a great job.
Yeah, I think he's a really good actor.
And
Even though he's the bad guy, you cared about him, and you know what I mean.
And I like what JJ and the crew did by leaving pretty much everything open-ended for Rian Johnson to step in and kind of answer some of those questions in their own way. He didn't set up all the questions and then answer them in the same movie as well, which I thought was really interesting. Because we don't know who Snoke is, we don't know who Rey's parentage is, even if it's that important, which obviously it is.
God, I loved her so much in that movie.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Yeah, can I?
Yeah, please go.
Why do you like her so much?
Because
Has this been covered to death on this show?
No, because my thing is very similar.
Is it super surprising? Are you shocked?
In the movie, I think she looks great.
Yeah.
And then like obviously, I think it was more just like her style of character and stuff like that.
I feel like we did talk about this at least a little bit, because I remember admitting that once I was done watching the movie and I like looked her up, that I was much more attracted to her as Rey than than herself.
Yeah.
I just thought she was super fucking cute. And she just did a great acting job, I thought. And I just liked her kind of vibe. She was like a, I don't know, just a cool independent chick who like kicked ass.
Scrapper.
And she was scrappy, but she was also really cute.
How many future like cosplay dates are you gonna have with her that start with, "Okay, babe, now we're on Jakku." So now we're here on Jakku.
She just I will not let her be her.
Yeah.
I just need her to be Rey only.
So we're back on Jakku. I know you don't want to be here, but I gave you this extra meal ticket. What are you gonna do? For me?
I don't know. I crushed hard for a minute. Okay, I crushed and then I quit crushing. Now there's a new girl in my acting class, and now I'm crushing
a real
on
person
her.
that you can actually like, talk to.
Yeah.
Ooh, dream guest.
Yeah, dream guest.
Do you, when you fall for someone, do you, even if there's somebody that's like a famous person that you're not necessarily ever gonna meet, you might meet her someday, but just whatever.
Thank you.
Do you get kind of like, because I've seen your social media presence. It's very with in regards to Daisy Ridley. It's very like puppy lovey, almost kind of sweet. Do you feel that when you're meeting somebody like maybe acting class girl that you could potentially ask out for a coffee date?
Yeah, that is like absolutely me for sure. Which is why I said before I don't have any game really, and I've never been like I'm not good at like being the opposite of that. I immediately like no shit, like I'll like a girl for a couple days, whatever, and I'll be like, man, I wonder what it'd be like if we ended up together. Like I just go right down the fucking crazy path instead of like taking it for what it is and just like being cool.
Because I just don't jump straight to like the pregnancy scare and
absolutely.
that moment.
Yeah.
And
when is she gonna meet my mom? Would she be a good mom?
Could she escape from a locked basement?
Could she? I think I'm similar to that though. And then I think I get in this thing sometimes where it's like I'll be with someone and it'll be like there's that. Well, somebody actually pointed this out to me as being a thing about me. I don't know if I necessarily agree with it, but it could be true. Like the first couple like weeks or so, I'll be really into this person and like really like all my hormones are just on fire. Because that's what happens when you meet someone new, and there's, they smell good, and the pheromones are, and then I quickly either lose interest or start seeing all the mistakes in them and drift away.
Yeah, we are very similar in that way.
Yeah.
I'll be very hard into somebody, and a lot of times I can get that person because of my whatever being sweet or whatever works, and it's not like I'm trying to be an asshole. But when I'm really into you, I'm really into you, and then we'll date for a little while, and then I'm just like, well, what am I doing? I don't really care that much.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I mean, I'm the same way. I'll saddle up on that.
It's like very big, or very like everything or nothing.
You're very. That's a good way to put it. You're very boisterous at front. You're very like, I want to give this person your everything, and then when you give them everything, and maybe they don't give back as much or whatever, then it's immediately like, and then you kind of go down the other side, like you said, when you start seeing the mistakes. But in some situations, it's like I see some free time that I'm missing. And then once I see that, then it's like, oh, why am I in this relationship if I'm caring more about like my own free time or my alone time that I care so much about?
Right.
I care so much, spending time with me. It's like, oh, you're taking away from that. And then once I see that, then it sucks, and then it's gone. It's out the window.
Were your parents together when you grew up?
Yeah, they still are.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting.
And they met when they were in like junior high. So that was like growing up, like that's what I thought it was supposed to be like.
Right. Yeah.
And I've had.
So like when you were like graduating 8th grade, you were like freaking out because you're still trying to find the one. Like if you went to high school, then you missed your chance.
I mean, to be completely honest, you're kidding, but yeah, to a certain extent. I mean, like, I remember in 6th grade once, like,
I've got 3 years.
yeah, I was like really like I gotta start finding a girlfriend. Like otherwise I'm gonna be fucked. Yeah, they kind of set this weird example that for a kind of love that I think it worked for them because they like each other a lot.
Yeah,
it's very obvious.
That's
like
awesome.
there were some rough periods when I was in high school, I think, but it's a love that I really don't think is that realistic for other people, but for them, for some reason, it works.
I don't know. There's probably one girl I've met where like I would be willing to like give her like an actual shot. That if something is wrong, we can talk through it. There's not many people I've ever met that it's like, oh, all right, cool, see ya. Like
Really?
to actually be like, okay, listen, let's actually have a conversation about this. Because I'm very, very much like it's if I'm not getting my way in that sort of relationship, it's like, okay, listen, like I can find somebody who will match that, and it's like if you're
Isn't
not
that so weird? I feel like I do that too, and I'm just like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, and in your mind you're like, holy crap, and then you look back on it, you're like, wow, they were kind of right in that situation, but it's already too late, and it's already
Right.
the
I
time has
constantly look
passed.
back at my ex-girlfriends and realize they were all right.
So they were all right.
They were all
No, they were all ALL space.
all right.
RIG.
So there is that situation where it's like, yeah, if I think there's been one person in my past, it's like, okay, I would give them that shot that maybe we could like have a relationship that your parents had where things come up, things get ugly sometimes, but it's like you can always come back and like lean on them when you need it. So that's interesting.
Yeah, I think for me, like I actually there've been times in my life where I don't know how to like really set those kind of boundaries with people, like if they're doing if something they're doing is upsetting me, or like if something's not gelling. I won't like call things off. I will either try to make it work or I'll ignore the problem until it just kind of bubbles up into this like terrible blister. Yeah.
Right. To where there is no where it just pops in.
Yeah, and then it's like, well, we could never even see each other again.
Right.
Like yeah. Speaking of blisters, it's cold sore season.
Hey!
Everybody get your amoxicillin.
Good thing our sponsor.
Drew, unless you have another time for this, I need to ask why you brought a guitar.
Oh no, I don't know if I want to do it now that...
You want to serenade Wavy Shooter?
Now that Wavy Shooter is here?
Yeah.
Wait, come on, don't let some Ustream troll just hide it.
Yeah, I brought it. I brought a guitar. I wrote a song about an experience I had this last week, or an experience that I'm currently going through.
So this is pretty raw.
This is raw. I've
Super
only
fucking
practiced
raw.
this a couple times, but I hear that you actually made a song as well.
I did make a song, yeah. Since we talked about having a song off.
So what exactly? Yeah, because I want to go into the rules of what this song off is. What exactly is at stake? Like, is one of us gonna have to drink our own pee?
I'm not fucking doing that. I can't believe you guys were all cool with it.
I think, by the way, Drew was talking about the song. Like, maybe we should just have he wins. Like he's having a rough go right now.
You haven't
apparently.
heard the song.
No, but
No, I haven't been having a rough go. I don't want you to think like I'm a miserable. Like the people listening think that I'm like just completely a miserable. Fuck. What's a
The
band?
people who watch this are fucking 13 years old. And they're at home with their fucking
so
tiny
Brian,
dicks.
are you going to sing the song or
yeah,
are you
so-
recorded
No,
it?
it's on my phone as an audio file. And to be honest, you'll probably just have to put it in post to make it sound better. We can clearly hear it here when I play it, but
Okay.
it might sound better. I'll send it to you and you can put it in.
Also, my throat hurts.
Cold sore season.
Dude, it is cold sore season, and I got wrecked this year.
Do you want Brian to hold that?
No.
Okay.
They act like
Because I won't.
because you're gonna try to sabotage the song off.
Yeah. So what's at stake here?
Yeah, I need stakes so that I can have some motivation. I need a carrot dangling in front of me.
What's the prize, or what does the loser have to do And who determines the outcome of this?
I would say that since Drew and I are the contestants, that perhaps it should be you two who kind of come, because we don't have any. We just bullshitted on Facebook Message. We have no.
Yeah, I didn't realize this would be an actual thing that was going to happen.
Right. So yeah, I don't know. Help us out.
Well, I have a song. No.
Perfect. Good.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm going to judge you guys, but I wrote a song to give you my judges.
Yeah, certainly. If you could sing to us the rules and regulations.
Did you need a second to tune, by the way?
It's all good.
All right.
I was just doing it.
I would like to hear Drew's.
I would love
to
that.
start.
I gotta go pee.
Oh, to start. Well, you gotta be here if it's a song.
I know. I'm just gonna make
the
a joke.
rules of this. Look, I don't like jokes.
Not a big fan of them.
Not a big joke guy.
Is this gonna
So I want you to speak into that, and Brian, if you could hold your mic closer to his actual guitar.
Oh yeah, sure.
So
the whole.
So this song.
I was just finding the spot.
So this song's about a. I guess it's kind of a breakup that I'm going through right now. I remember when you fell asleep, when I was talking about my suicidality. You couldn't keep your eyes open, and I sighed. In the time you said I shouldn't have depression or worry about my lack of emotions, because anyway I wasn't that close to my aunt that had just died. I think this relationship has run its course, and it's time for me to admit you're a bad therapist. You're a bad therapist. I gotta scroll down.
Sweet break.
You claim my potential bisexuality is a result of mother-directed resentment that's inside of me, and I can see how weirded out you are about my gay stuff. You also said my career is more noble than my sister's, cause hers interferes with Darwin's theory, and I think that's kind of fucked up thinking, cause she teaches special ed. So consider this my final copay, and please don't get pissed. You're a bad therapist. You're a bad therapist. It's almost done. Been on the couch for the last decade since I was a teenage boy, but you're the worst shrink that I've ever had.
So good.
I'm almost done, I swear. Okay. Well, maybe one day we'll meet again out there in the outside world. We'll exchange a knowing nod and we'll walk our separate ways. And deep down inside we both will know that I made the right decision, cause you wouldn't even be capable of providing emotional support to a koosh ball. So please don't tell TMZ my secrets after I get famous. You're a bad therapist. I need a new psychologist. I'll get a recommendation from my psychiatrist.
Dude, so good!
That was awesome.
Holy shit!
I don't think I even honestly knew that you actually did play guitar and sing. Like I did. I thought this was gonna maybe just be like this stupid joke, but you're actually like a songwriter and a guitar player.
Like a thing.
I mean, not many people know this, but like, I've been in several bands.
Oh, have you really? Fuck yeah!
Yeah. They always last about a week, and then it stops.
That was so great.
Drew, that was really good.
I enjoyed it.
I hope it was. I hope you're not just saying that. And if you are, it's gonna be fine. Just, I was trying to think about. It's weird that the therapy thing came up earlier. I'm sorry to spoil the song.
Yeah, I know why you wanted to.
Right.
But it was like because like that. I brought it up, and then it was like, oh shit, that just completely ruins the reveal of the song.
Yeah, because I was literally asking you, like, what do you do? How do you tell a therapist, like,
Can we please come back to that? It makes sense now.
Yeah. I need to call this guy because everything in that song is true. Like he's a really bad therapist. He literally said that. Because, like, one of the things I deal with on a regular basis is, like, my sister teaches special ed.
Yeah.
And she's giving back to the world, and I, work in television. I'm not giving back to anything. I'm adding fart sound effects to Reggie Watts. Like, and I talked about this a little bit in a session, and he was like, well, this is probably going to sound cynical, but to a certain degree, she's actually hurting society because she's interfering with evolution by helping out.
Whoa! What a weird stance on that.
That's a real bad therapist.
By the way, one of our regular positive viewers on Ustream gave you the creative.
Yeah. SK Dakota, what's up? Thanks for watching. As always.
Real good, dude. That was real good.
Thank you.
By the way,
I'm sorry to hear about that therapist.
How do you get through that? Because I think about that all the time. About like what the fuck am I doing? Putting my life's work into something that's not even like good for people.
I don't know. I'll let you know when I get some good feedback from hope somebody who's professional. I mean, like for me, it is like everybody's got their own thing that they do, and if you're not hurting anybody, in theory, you're contributing to society in some way.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Also, I think your guys' success in your field then will lead towards you opportunities to give back. I don't think what you do has to necessarily be good for the world as long as you can be good for the world.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Well, I think so many people think, like myself included sometimes, that like in order to be of service, like you have to do these gigantic things. And that can be a part of it, like donating a ton of money to something or like whatever,
right.
But like even just I mean, like the biggest thing for me is trying to be there for my friends to some degree.
For sure.
Like,
time is very important. If you're not donating money, time sometimes is donating your time is more important.
Yeah. I mean, so like I have plenty of friends that on any other day I would just not want to hear their problems, but I want to be there for them in the way that they've been there for me, and it makes you feel good when you help people. Like you can help people on an individual level just by being there.
For sure.
Hopefully.
Absolutely.
All right, is this still a song off?
It is.
I hope Brian was just recording on his phone this whole time. He has an audio file he got to play, and then he just plays Drew's song.
Exact same song.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta say now now that I've heard your song and how sincere and creative it was.
It's just a slam song bashing Drew.
Yeah, he's now like.
That'd be so great.
If I could have gone first, that'd be great. If we could.
Yeah.
So yeah, here's my song. It's called "Butt Girl."
Sweet. This is why you wanted to table the whole Days Ridley thing.
Can you redo it?
Sure.
I just don't want Josh, because if we're gonna cut it in post, I just don't want Josh initially in there.
All right, everybody, shut up. Here it goes.
Hey girl, saw you looking over in my direction. Thought I'd come over and say, what's up? See if you're down to fuck. What do you think? I live around the corner. I got like 3 condoms. My dick is nice. Let's fuck. In a bud.
What the fuck did I just listen to?
I feel like that's going to be used as evidence in some sort of court case someday.
The People versus Brian Colbert Kennedy. Main witness Daisy Ridley.
I'm a big fan.
That was Bug Girl.
Did you make that beat?
Yeah, how did you do that?
Yeah.
You made that beat behind that song?
Yeah.
That was actually pretty damn good.
Oh, thanks. I mean, it's just picking shit on fucking GarageBand.
You literally just...
But that's like what fucking Skrill...
Yeah, that's what DJs do.
does.
That's exactly what DJs do.
Yeah, no, I was pretty happy with the beat part, and then I just threw the dumb lyrics in.
That was like... Even I would release that. Even like the
I think you should put that on YouTube or something.
Even like the dumb lyric, it's still like a catchy background tune.
I would fix the lyrics a little bit just because it was last minute, but thanks guys, appreciate it.
So the question is,
who
wins the sound off? To sing the song off.
I'm leaving this totally up to Josh. He is the judge.
Oh wow, that's Josh.
Sole judge.
Yeah.
Sole judge.
All right.
Judge, jury, and executioner.
I'm sorry, is one of us gonna...
Yeah, we decided that's not a prize. The loser is executed.
Wow.
So.
Sweet release. So I consider that a prize.
But I'm also the jury, so I will have to deliberate. That could take a while.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
It's not like this is going to happen today.
Okay, yeah, no, we can hear about it later. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
How about either you guys come on my show sometime in the future when it's not a simulcast, or I come back here, and then we continue this challenge, and it's just an ongoing challenge.
I like it.
That sounds great to me.
Just between you and Brian?
And I'll keep, just between us. I'll keep, making these really beautiful, honest, funny, sincere songs.
Yeah.
And you can keep just talking about anal sex.
I'm 100% up for that. I think that'd be great.
All right.
Yeah.
You only have 3 condoms, though. That's an issue.
Yeah,
I'm not going to use any of them.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
They're just for show.
I think we all know that. Mm-hmm. It's just like so the girl's like, oh, well, he does care.
Yeah.
I really, if I may, just talk with the judge for a moment.
Sure.
Both beats.
Yeah.
Because I know everything about music.
The acoustic guitar beats.
Like,
were fantastic.
Brian gets big points for his original composition, moving selections around on GarageBand. I know that can take a while.
Yeah, it was time consuming. Yeah. And I would say that if you put anybody else next to me on another computer that had GarageBand, that they probably wouldn't arrange them in that same order.
No, they wouldn't.
There's talent in that.
Yeah, I did that for some One Way things.
Oh, right.
Where we replaced the copyright music.
Oh, yeah.
You know what, Brian? I bet if you added my lyrics
to that beat?
To that beat.
Oh, it'd be hot.
Oh, can we do that?
I think that's something we actually should do.
All right, I'm down.
And that'd be the perfect combination.
Yeah, I want to do as much cross-streaming with you as possible.
Yeah, I want to too, but I want to stop calling it cross-streaming.
Cross-streaming.
Because now all I think about is...
peeing with me?
Yeah. The butt
Josh.
And then Drew, I really enjoyed the sincerity and the humor of your song and your lyrics and the delivery. You did not reveal who the intended target was until later on. You weren't saying this was a song about therapy. I appreciated the way that was
absolutely
brought out.
As your competition, I agree.
Yeah, because I was thinking it was a breakup, and I was like, oh wow, he was having a heartfelt conversation with some girl, and she just went to sleep. That really sucks. That's really rude. And I was also curious because you said this has been something you've been going through for about a week. I was like, does this girl know she's being broken up with? Right. Or is this how she's gonna find out?
Yeah.
When he sings this song
That'd
to her,
so sick.
and then when he got to the chorus, like, oh, I like that a lot. So for round one of this song off competition, not being executed yet, because I guess this is gonna be an ongoing trial.
Yeah, I'd say about 10 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sure. So right now in the lead.
Big timeline.
Yeah. In the lead will be Mr. Drew Kordik.
Yes.
Thank you.
Nice. Very well done.
I would have voted.
Very well done. I appreciate that.
Because
I
I
would have voted for you.
would actually make love to that song.
That's when I write music. That's the intention.
Making love, making sweet, sweet love.
Yeah, for it to be appropriate music for when you're in
but
the
also
background.
educational.
But while you're having butt sex, Is it okay if I talk about butt sex for a minute?
Absolutely.
I feel like if you don't talk about butt sex, I'd be upset. If you would have walked out of here without talking about butt sex, I would be like, unsuccessful.
I feel like that didn't feel like a very, but like the longing for butt sex, that composition definitely felt like oh, that's when I'm wanting butt sex, that's how my soul feels.
Right.
But doing that during the act of butt sex, I think is probably wouldn't be as enjoyable for either party. If you're going to be doing something, I recommend maybe something that's a little bit louder and heavier to block out any potential noises that you don't want to hear that might kill your boner.
Yeah.
But we can stop talking about butt sex.
No, we actually cannot, because I have a problem.
We cannot.
I have had 2 experiences with butt sex.
Sure.
And they have both been pretty bad.
Oh, okay.
So as much as I enjoyed this song, I kind of like, you know what? I don't have that much joy that you have.
You're not buying it.
Yeah, I'm not buying it. 'Cause at least for you. For me, one experience was in a hotel room in Chicago, and it was just attempt followed by screams. And then that kind of turned me off almost completely towards the
just the whole idea.
The whole idea of it. So that song is great, but I just can't relate because I'm like, all right, I'm totally cool with vaginal. Let's try that for a bit.
Yeah.
But see, you
totally
your lust,
cool with missionary 30 seconds and you're done.
Yeah,
Right.
Your lust was just straight for that. So I'm curious, like
it was pretty anal focused.
How true is this song?
Yeah, because yours was very, very. Is it the same?
Are you asking me?
Is the level of authenticity of the motivation behind these lyrics the same for both songs?
If you're asking me that if I was at a bar one time and saw a girl looking at me and thinking she was interested in me, and then I went over to her and started up a conversation and asked her if she would like it if I fucked her in the ass. Is that what you're asking me?
Yeah.
Then that is true, yeah.
Well done.
And you say you have no game.
Right? My game is strong.
That's your icebreaker.
Strong.
It's just that song.
Yeah, I mean, I thought I retired from that because there was while I was at Wilton.
Nice.
I don't know if you guys ever heard me.
So we were a part of it.
You guys were kind of a part of it. There was a girl that it was almost exclusively that.
Nice.
And
interesting.
After we broke up, I kind of just felt really just bad about the whole.
Oh my god!
Oh no!
And not in like a weird righteous way at all, like anything like that. It was just like I've only been doing that for like this whole. It was just a summer of doing that, and I just really I kind of announced privately, to just a small group of friends and family that I was going to retire from.
And family.
And family.
It's very nice you had like a gathering and to announce this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm glad we're a part of that. That actually does feel like now I get it.
Yeah.
Now I know what he's talking about. I remember that summer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean the gathering.
Yeah.
He didn't get them all there for just that announcement, but you got to give a eulogy. And you need some filler.
It was at my grandpa's funeral.
I'm pretty sure I fingered a girl in the butt at Wilton.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because I remember one night I was like, man, why does my butt hurt this morning?
Did I say girl?
Did I say girl? It was a girl. So
congratulations on the victory, Drew.
Congratulations. Moving on from anal sex.
Okay.
We do a thing here. We do a kind of reviews of entertainment material.
Yeah.
That's kind of how we kind of start bringing things to a close. Do you have anything else before we do 3 words?
Let me see what else I wrote down. I wrote down song.
Done.
Nailed it.
Ask me about me as a neighbor. That's done. I wrote down cold sore season. That's mentioned.
Okay.
I was hoping that was off the cuff.
Solid mention.
Dream guests. We didn't get to this, but we don't have to. What if hell is real? Daisy Ridley.
Good.
I love you.
Call my doctor. Red face.
I
think that's it.
Did we ask you who your dream guest would be? In response to you asking us? I don't think so.
No, you didn't.
Do you wanna? If you would love to answer that, I would. be okay with hearing.
I'd like to hear it. Yeah.
It's weird because I have there's like so many people that I really want to talk to, or types of people. One in particular is are you guys familiar with West Hollywood Jesus?
Yes.
He's just a guy that
That's
looks
a pretty
like
great
Jesus.
guest to want to have.
I really want to talk to him because he's kind of a bizarre, interesting dude. He said no, but he said come back and talk to me again sometime. Much like the real Christ.
Yeah.
Oh no!
He said,
see me in 3 days.
Yeah, it was very strange. I want to talk to. I really want to talk to a porn star, somebody that worked at porn at some point.
Nice.
I really want to talk to somebody that was involved with The Room, but the movie The Room. But that's becoming more and more impossible because they're releasing that movie that is based off The Room. So it's everybody I've ever reached out to.
A Room documentary or what?
It's an actual movie about the making of it.
Oh, really?
Starring Dave Franco and James Franco.
Yeah, James Franco was playing like Tommy Wiseau.
Wow.
Yeah. So I kind of think I missed the boat. I think like a year or two ago I could have gotten maybe Greg Sestero or maybe even Tommy, but it's proving to be kind of hard. So
yeah,
we'll see. I'm just interested in finding people that I haven't heard talk before, or that like in the interest of spreading just novelty and getting to know people and hearing different perspectives. That's what I think makes podcasts so great.
Yeah.
Nice.
I agree.
Good answer.
It's a very serious answer. I'm surprised.
You're Mr. Serious. We talked about this.
That's what I'm known as.
I say we jump into some 3-word reviews.
I'm into it.
Cool.
I.
Cool. So what this is a 3-word review followed by a sexy cat meow.
Of a book,
yes, okay.
a video game, a movie,
video game,
a TV
movie.
show. It really can be anything. Although I guess we do stick to sort of entertainment in some medium.
Yeah.
But the meow isn't part of the 3 words?
It is.
Yeah,
It follows the 3 words. So,
okay.
For example, Brian, have you watched anything this week? Read anything? Have you...
I actually didn't watch a ton of stuff, but I did finish the book Slaughterhouse 5 by Mr. Kurt Vonnegut Jr.
Hey,
I
Brian.
thought maybe I would review that.
Hey, Brian.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just curious if you could please give us, Mr. Drew Kordik, Josh Patton, and myself.
You two don't have nicknames?
They're on the piece of paper that I can't make. It's so small.
Leo Kovalchuk.
Leo Kovalchuk.
Yeah.
Could you please give us your 3-word book review, followed by a sexy cat meow of Slaughterhouse 5?
I'd love to. Nerd. Death. Yeah, sometimes we don't do reviews and we just say certain words. Or I do anyway. I got nerd and death and space.
No. Oh.
I got a boner.
Pretty sexy, right? Yeah.
It was like kind of like, I guess we're doing this. I need to know what's nerd. Explain these words.
Explain your words.
Because of Billy Pilgrim, like you think Billy Pilgrim's a nerd, or you're a nerd for?
I think maybe it has something to do with the specific person who I picture when I think of Billy Pilgrim. Billy Pilgrim is the main character in the book, and he is he's a very passive, weak, timid man. There's nothing like really manly or aggressive about him.
I like him already.
Josh just pointed to himself.
Not to blast myself, and it should be on TV soon. But the last commercial I did, there was this guy who was like the straight man, and he was hilarious, but he just has like this. He's like a perfect nerd character, and so I don't know why, but I always thought of him when I started reading this. But he's just like a fucking pushover Nancy fucking boy, basically. Not to be an asshole, but he's in World War II a lot in the book, and he's just basically like he would just fucking sit there and die if it wasn't for his like fellow soldiers being like, "Come on, let's go. We gotta fucking go. Like you're not gonna die here." And he's the same way in his relationship with his wife in the book, and etc. He's just kind of a dolt. And then what did I say next? Oh, death.
I'm curious about the last word because we all know that's the one I'm most pumped about.
What was the last one? Oh, space. Yeah.
Yeah.
Death. So the book goes basically between like. Well, many phases, but he can time travel in the book.
Oh,
so he is in the present moment very often. He's in, and then he's in the past. All these different stages of his past. One being when he was in World War II. One being when he was abducted by aliens and brought to their planet, which is the space part. I'm
in.
It's a great book. It's super good, and Kurt Vonnegut is just an awesome, entertaining, bring you in writer. Mm-hmm. So I thought it was great. And Drew's got tattooed on the inside of his arm the phrase "so it goes," which is all throughout this book. It's really fun. I would absolutely recommend it. I've only read one other Vonnegut book so far, but reading this one just makes me go like, oh yeah, I'm gonna like everything this dude writes.
Damn. What was that other book you read?
Cat's Cradle.
Yeah, Cat's Cradle's good. Breakfast Champions is good.
Yeah.
Where's your Cat's Cradle tattoo?
Huh?
Where's your Cat's Cradle tattoo?
I don't have a Cat's Cradle tattoo, but I have a Breakfast of Champions tattoo.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh wow, great.
This is from Goodbye Blue Monday.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, really fun. He gets to fuck this super hot actress when he's in space. He's married. He's super rich because his wife that dies is loaded because of her father. Her father's optometry company.
Jesus.
Except for him being like just a little pushover. Yeah, it's a pretty good life.
Slaughterhouse 5.
Slaughterhouse 5. Yeah.
I like that.
Slaughterhouse 5.
Drew, do you have anything now that you kind of saw how that worked out?
Okay.
Okay, so
I have.
Yep.
Josh, do you want to?
Oh, I have something. Yeah.
Okay, what do you have?
Throw it over.
Well, yeah, something to do with it.
Drew, could you please give us a 3-word review followed by a sexy cat meow of whatever it is you were about to say?
I saw the Reverend.
The Reverend?
The Reverend, starring Leonardo DiCaprio. It's in theaters now. Winner of Golden Globes.
So sorry to have to do this, but I'm going to correct you. It is called The Revenant.
The Reverends.
Nope.
The Reverend.
Vast deference.
Vast difference.
I'm very excited.
Oh, you saw Leo's Vast difference.
Oh my god,
very good.
Because Brian did this last week.
I just ruined a joke.
And I'm not going to tell you.
Oh, I 3-word reviewed Revenant. That's right.
So it'll be very interesting to have different words. And
is it okay if I spoil shit?
I think everyone's seen
Revenant's been out long enough where we can spoil it, I think.
Yeah. Spoiler alert for the Revenant if you're...
Yeah, we'll put it on the spot.
Spoiler for the Reverends.
Skip ahead of that.
Spoiler for the Reverends.
I'm so happy.
Climbs into horse. Meow.
Oh,
I love it. That's the first time somebody's just made one phrase, the 3-word review. Yeah.
Also,
very good.
It makes you want to go see that movie now.
Mm-hmm. He did spoil it. That is.
I did spoil like
a scene.
One scene.
Well, that is the only scene I had spoiled for me via Twitter.
Oh really?
Yeah, before seeing it.
Can we talk about this goddamn scene? What the hell's going on?
So basically, I don't know how I felt about this movie. I mean, this movie was like. It was good, I guess, but like it was so fucking bloody and disgusting and like realistic bloody and disgusting. So it was just like it was very brutal. It was cool to see Native Americans just killing the shit out of white people.
Yes. That's awesome.
But there's this whole arc, where he's like, basically it's human perseverance. Like he's left out in the middle of the woods and like in the wilderness and has to fucking die, and he has to find. He's trying to find the guy that left him, and everything's like it's a gradual thing where it's just all kind of moving up, and like he's getting closer and closer. But then for some reason at one point he's riding this horse and it falls off a cliff, and the horse dies, and it's so cold that he's freezing, so he just cuts the horse open and pulls out like these weird sacks of meat and is naked, and he just climbs in the horse and he sleeps inside the horse like Luke Skywalker.
Oh, fuck yes.
It was revolting. My friend.
That was the name of the movie, I think.
Yeah, the revoltingment. My friend Bella had to get up and leave because she was like.
Damn.
Like that was like her limit, I guess.
I saw it last night, and that is the scene where I heard audible like constant like gasps like from people next to me, like, oh my god.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like when he just kept pulling out more organs, they're like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he really emptied that fucker out for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Big
You gotta make room.
shit.
Gotta make room.
Yeah, I mean he's a full-grown man.
I don't want to get too serious, but I'm going to anyway.
That's not true. Yeah.
There was one big problem that I had with the movie was there was this whole like arc with the I think they prefer to be called First Nation, but the First Nation chief or whatever, his daughter is kidnapped, and there's this whole side plot where like she's kidnapped, and it's kind of like this thing where it's like, what does this really have to do with anything, and like, is this going to pay off? And it really doesn't pay off per se, but they just include this like rape scene that's just like, it was so strange, and it just felt really strange to me to see this weird rape scene where somebody's like getting raped up against a tree and it's almost not comical, but it's almost over the top because she cuts the guy's balls off or whatever. It's like this isn't like a Quentin Tarantino movie, but it's smack dab in the middle of like this weird damsel in distress thing is smack dab in this middle of this movie that otherwise is like really like what I imagine is realistic. I've never seen people get impaled in the throat with arrows and stuff.
Jesus,
but it just felt like, I don't know, it felt that was to me actually kind of grosser than watching a naked man climb inside a horse.
Yeah.
Like
I mean it comes back at the end.
Yeah.
Of course she comes back and then I took it as like is the reason why he was spared in that moment.
Right.
So that's where the connection was for me. I don't know. They probably didn't have to make it a ball fucking removing rape scene, but at least you then know why he stayed alive.
So in that context, it is Tom, whoever leaves him to die, Tom Hardy, I'm guessing, is that who kidnaps this girl? Is it at least like this? The people he's looking for too?
Right.
That's the other thing. Is he's not? It's like some French guy.
Yeah, it's a totally separate. Yeah.
It's like why? So why? Like, I mean, obviously, I don't like watching a woman get raped on screen, but like, why do I care about this scene when it's like? When it's a group of characters that I have never seen before, I feel like you're just trying to push my buttons by showing me a woman getting raped.
Yeah, I mean, we did see them once before.
Yeah, you did. You see the French.
But still, I mean, the whole thing is about Leo fucking persevering to have his revenge on this one. I mean, it couldn't be more about that and these two characters, and then you have this other.
And I'm with Drew on that one, where it's like if it was also Tom Hardy's character who left Leo, it would be another reason to be like, this dude's a fucking scum.
Yeah, if he was involved in any way, if he kidnapped her and sold her to them, then I would understand like this like.
Yeah, how about just that scene where it's like an agreement between them, where you go, okay, so there's another reason, right? Not even that.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, the only thing I can think of is it does show Leonardo DiCaprio's like character, because in that moment he had a perfect opportunity to escape on the horse and no one would have noticed. He did not have to change directions and go save that girl from being raped. And because he's trying to get back to the guy who killed his son, and he was on the horse. The captain is off doing that. The rest of the crew are totally distracted because they're like, oh, the captain's doing the thing. He was on the horse, and then when he saw that was happening, he got off the horse, crawled over there, and rescued her, and and then put himself in so much danger because they all started chasing him and shooting at him, where he could have avoided all that. But the fact that he wanted to stand up for this Native American girl, against white men, kind of shows his motivations.
Yeah.
Yes, although it only added to what I think we already knew about him.
Yeah, it wasn't necessary to he cares, but just to show that despite all of this, he's still got to do the right thing.
My only other complaint, and I'm sorry I keep talking about the reverends, but like
the relevance of elephants.
I mean, a really stupid name, but also I think like this idea of like, because there was this like overarching theme of like revenge and like how like revenge I can't remember what the exact line is, but like true revenge can only be like achieved by God or like an act of God.
Yeah, like revenge is not in my hands, it's in God's, something like that.
Yeah, but then the movie completely betrays that logic when it ends up being okay. So then his revenge is he still is enacting that he's still doing this action of getting revenge by passing Tom Hardy over to Native Americans.
And
like,
as if that house separates himself from it, and well, now it's just in the hands of God. I wonder if these guys will kill him. I don't know.
But and somebody on here is asking if Leo will get the Oscar, and I think Leo will get the Oscar, but I really hope the movie does not get an Oscar.
Best
and
Picture.
if it gets Best Picture, it's just for like fake political reasons.
Same with Best Actor, I think. Not that Leo did a bad job, but I don't think that is a film, certainly of his films, where he had his best performance, and I think there's been some other good performances.
Yeah, you said last week that he'd spend the entire movie just crawling.
A lot of crawling and heavy breathing.
But somebody raised a good point. He did that in Wolf of Wall Street, too, only he was on Quaaludes the entire movie. So he's...
and good that he didn't win it then.
Yeah.
The movie was beautiful. Certainly it should win Best cinematography.
Yeah, that's what I was...
Gorgeous movie. Gorgeous.
Yeah, it's one of the prettiest movies I've seen.
Yeah.
But then again...
And I guess that goes hand in hand with the realistic, gore as well. Where if it's going to look beautiful and look very realistic, they're just going to go with it.
Yeah.
As grotesque and as, making people walk out of the theater as it is, it's kind of, to me, that sounds kind of cool.
Yeah, the
horse
horse
climb
scene,
inside a horse.
Yeah, the horse scene and the final fight scene. There's just so much of like the people. There weren't that many people in the theater with me last night, but there was like, oh god,
yeah,
like throughout the whole thing.
Well, the first like 20 minutes were just so intense. You should see it. It's worth seeing.
I think it's worth seeing for sure.
It's definitely way worse movies out.
So last year, I think he won Best Picture as well for Birdman. I never saw that.
Birdman did win Best Picture, and I think
the same
Michael
guy.
Keaton may have. Yeah, and
oh my God! Yes, Birdman. Holy! Oh, I could not picture it, but now I know exactly
what's
what
his
movie
name?
that is.
Alejandro Iñárritu.
Yeah, I'm not going to attempt that.
Birdman was also a great movie.
Oh my God!
I hated Birdman.
Did you?
Okay.
Big fan.
Okay, now I was like, what the hell is Birdman? I thought it was something to do with the guy from Alcatraz, like one of the prisoners of Alcatraz.
Yeah.
Oh.
And now it makes a ton more sense. Yeah, it's Michael Keaton is okay.
Yeah.
Josh, what do you got?
Normally I haven't watched that much for each podcast, but this past week I think I watched like 5 movies.
Holy shit!
Yeah, I watched Sicario. I watched Ip Man and Ip Man 2.
Nice.
In preparation for Ip Man 3.
Ip Man 3
when it comes out. Which I knew nothing about what any of that was. So that actually will. I'm gonna 3-review Ip Man 1 and 2 together. And then I watched The Big Short, and I watched Reverend.
You said it like you said it
Last night.
Irreverent.
Yeah. I watched that last night.
How much would you say you spent total on movie tickets this week? Living in Los Angeles, and where'd you go to the Vista?
I went to Los Feliz 3.
Okay, so better.
For both,
so
yeah.
not
So combined, I spent $16 total.
Okay, that's one movie at the Arclight Theater.
Because Big Short, I saw at daytime, so it was $6.50, and then I saw Irrelevant last night. It was $9.50 at Los Feliz 3. And then I rented Sicario from a Redbox.
Oh, sick.
And then Ip Man 1 and 2 are both on instant Netflix.
Ip Man.
Ip Man.
Well done.
So I didn't know what Ip Man... I just saw posters for Ip Man 3 everywhere. I was like, what is this? And then I watched the trailer. I was like, oh, it's a Kung Fu movie. And then I just thought I'd look at Ip Man 1 and 2 are on Netflix. So I watched them both pretty much back to back on Sunday. And it is based on a true guy who is one of the founding teachers of Wing Chun in China, and he was Bruce Lee's real life teacher. So he taught Bruce Lee, and so it's his kind of life story of how he came to be throughout China, in the 1930s and 40s up until the 50s, and so it's his story.
Hey Josh.
Oh yeah.
Could you do us all a solid and review Ip Man 1 and Ip Man 2, please? Follow with 3 words only, followed by a sexy cat meow.
Yes.
Thank you.
Direct. Inspiring. I had a third one and I forgot what it was. Oh, please.
P-L-E-A-S-E, please.
Please.
Present tense.
P-L-E-A-S-E.
Got it.
Ooh.
Very Wayne Chun of you.
Yep.
You were teetering on the line of races.
Direct, because it's been a while since I've seen a Kung Fu movie, and I forgot how just straight up they just say plot. They just state the facts that are happening and what they feel about it, what needs to happen. There's no subtlety. It's like, you have wronged me this way, we must fix it this way right now. Everyone's like, yes. And there's no, yep. And so they just get right to the point, and sometimes it can be cheesy. I thought it was actually funny that the second movie has a lot more English-speaking actors in it because they deal with people from England, and I thought they were hokier, like in the performance, because it's being directed by in China, and also. To be fair, I don't know what the performance is because I don't know what they're saying in Chinese, so I don't know how well they're delivering their lines because I'm just reading the subtitles. But it was very noticeable how cardboardish some of the delivery were for the English-speaking lines were, and to me, that was like the more laughable situations. But the fighting was awesome. It was all like practical, real choreography and stuff. There was a teeny tiny bit of like the over-exaggerated like jumping and stuff, but it wasn't like Crouching Tiger, like they're like flying through trees. There's just every now and
realistic then. Like,
yeah. It was like every now and then they do something. It was like, okay, you probably had to use a wire for that, But the fighting, actually hand-to-hand combat, was all just like what it would be like inspiring. Just because it made me miss doing martial arts, I really wanted to get back into it after watching those movies, and I'm going to go see the third one.
We should talk about that.
Oh yeah.
There's a guy who learned under Bruce Lee's one of his instructors here named Eric Carr, who teaches Jeet Kune Do.
Yeah, it's going to be an Ip Man 4.
Oh, Ip Man 4.
Ip Man 4.
And then.
Plus, then we could spar.
Oh yeah, I said.
That'd be cool.
Oh yeah, we can do that now.
That's true.
We just fight. And then I said please, because I don't.
Why did I say please?
For some reason, at the beginning of every fight, they bow, they would say something in Chinese, but the subtitle was always please. And I don't know why, or if that was just like a weird mix in translation. If they were saying something that was the equivalent of the closest English word was please, but every time they would start, before they would fight, they would bow their heads and look at each other and go please.
In both
please.
movies?
Yeah. And it was like an ongoing thing. They say please, and I'm just like, what? Okay. And I didn't know if there was no 100% accurate
the culture. There might be some a real cultural reference to before a battle began, you give somebody something thank you,
respect them,
something like that.
Yeah, but so I thought that was interesting. Both movies they said it several times. All right. But cool. They're both on Netflix. If you like Kung Fu movies, I highly recommend both of them.
Sick, bro.
And go see Ip Man 3 in theaters. Finally, our first sponsor, ladies and gentlemen, Ip Man 3.
We usually have way more sponsors than this.
Usually. I don't really have any. I didn't see anything new.
Nothing?
Yeah.
Oh, nothing?
Yeah, I didn't see anything new.
What about? Do you want to? How about whatever you progressed in Divinity?
Okay. I'll review Divinity: Original Sin.
All right. Yeah. This was a game.
Do you want to throw it to him for this?
Is that a video game?
Yes.
We'll have a guest throw.
Okay, I'll throw. Leo Kovalchuk.
Hi.
Can you give me a 3-word review of Divinity, followed by a 6 cat noise?
Of course I can. Thank you. Wow, thank you so much, Drew. No, I'm not going to say that. I said that from Metal Gear. Unique. Exquisite. I guess I'll have the last one, wordy. So exquisite. Oh, whoops. Hello. All right, so I was trying to jump into it. So exquisite. The Divinity Original Sin is basically, if you guys ever heard of a Diablo style isometric top-down game, where it's just you and one other person, but you can find 2 other party members. It is, it's in a world where there's dragons, there's skeletons, there's, it's very, very, very fantasy. Yeah, go get it. Very fantasy. For those listening, someone is knocking on the door.
It's most likely more pot brownies.
So, but it's so wordy and it's so well done that it's so unique to that kind of game. In a sense of wordy, there's a scene where like you're literally hanging out and delivering something to somebody, and on the other end, when you're delivering it to somebody, this is so hard. You're delivering it to somebody, but like you don't really know what they need yet, so you need to jump to your other character who's in another setting, and you're dropping stuff off to them. Get the plates right there. But yeah, and other than that, it's just such a unique style of game. I'm doing a really bad job of explaining it. But highly check it out. It's like a 2-player split screen that if can even go to 4-player. That if you're playing in something where you're just hanging out, you can literally jump to another character and they're doing something completely different, and that might affect what you're doing in this actual game. So I'm doing a very bad job of explaining it. I was saying give her the plate.
I was going to try to, but she was gone before I got there.
She said to stop by after we're done.
So that was our neighbor who just came in, dropping off presents.
She has some instructions. This needs to defrost.
Oh, okay. Do we know what this is? What's sitting right in front of us?
I'm guessing, based on last week's episode, that this is more chocolate brownie that has THC baked into it.
Okay.
Just a guess.
And you guys, just judging, I didn't listen to last week's episode. Nothing happened?
Well, Leo and I ate some towards the very end of the podcast, and I've had edibles before. I don't smoke pot hardly ever, and I've had a few edibles, and they affect me almost immediately.
Yeah.
Like I can tell like they're kicking in, and so Leo and I each ate a little bit of the brownies last time, and like at least half an hour had gone by, and I felt nothing. And she's a chef. She was actually in a restaurant where she was trying to be like the first restaurant to have a full pot menu, where like a 4-course dinner, everything's got some level of pot in it. And so I thought maybe they were just like lower grade because it meant to be like part of a whole meal.
Right.
So we ate several more, and then like another 20 minutes later, and then they just kicked in so hard. So it was just a much longer delay. So they're very effective. They just take a while before they get you going.
I've only smoked pot probably like 3 times in my life.
Same.
One time didn't feel anything. Two other times I felt like I was having a heart attack and was like thinking about calling 911. So like I was kind of like panicking.
Damn.
So when this stuff didn't affect me, I was like, oh, well, I know what pot normally feels like. I was like, nah, it's not going to do anything. So then I had another one, and I was like, and this is right at the end of the podcast. I was like, I'm fine. And then before we put that in the fridge, I just had to pop another one because it's like a tiny little chocolate. And like I said, I was sitting at my computer and I was just staring at the screen, and it was the highest. It hit so hard, and it lasted for like 2 hours, 3 hours, the highest I've ever been, in a good way. Like, was just on cloud 9, dude. Like, I was just, and everything hit at the same time. I was on cloud 9, so much so that I had to go on a walk. And when I went on the walk,
walks are great.
Yeah, I just found myself just like sitting outside of Starbucks and like, whoa.
You're not coming back for 2 days.
Yeah, for 2 days I was gone. Yeah, so I'm very interested to look at this, and
she seems so super
sweet. Awesome. Yeah,
very
nice.
She seemed awesome.
Yeah, so when I told you guys last week, our neighbor direction, she's the one
right.
that Josh was saying she owns that restaurant. It's awesome.
Very good.
Drew, you were saying you no longer drink or do drugs, i.e. pot?
I haven't. Next week will be 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah, but I used to smoke a lot of pot, and one time when I got my tonsils out, and part of the reason why I needed to get my tonsils out was because I kept getting these terrible infections, like in everywhere, in my throat and my tonsils and stuff, because from pot and from smoking cigarettes and from drinking whiskey. And
kissing butts.
And I instead
it might have been the kissing butts that did it, really.
Yeah, that was really it. But it was instead of quitting all that, I was like, well, let's just take out my tonsils. And
Nice.
but when they did it, I couldn't smoke pot. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna buy an ounce from my dealer, and I'm gonna cook it into a brownie mix. And I, did all the research. Like, I talked to a friend. It was basically just make weed butter.
Right.
And I did, and made the whole entire house, Wilton, smell horrible.
Yeah. In a good way.
Then and that night I needed to go to this girl that I like, Jamie Jurek, who's on the podcast. I needed to go to her birthday party, but before that I wanted to get high, because if I was leaving my house I always had to get high. The world was too painful otherwise. So I had a couple bites of brownies because I had eaten edibles before and I had known the ramifications.
Yes.
And I had another 2 hours before the party would start. So I sat down on my couch and started listening to a podcast or something, and I passed out. Or no, not yet. Actually, I was like, I don't feel anything. What the fuck's going on? And same thing you were saying. I'll just eat some more. And then I ate some more, and nothing was still happening. 20 minutes later, another 20 minutes go by. It's I'm hungry now, so I just eat half of the pan.
Oh my god.
and I pass out on my couch, and I wake up, and it's like somebody has put Vaseline all over my glasses or something. What I'm seeing, it's just a fog. And I get up and I'm all confused about where I am, and I go and look in the mirror, and my eyes are just closed, they can't even open them. And I call another friend. I'm like, dude, I can't go to this party. I got way too stoned. And he's like, well, no, she's asking about you. She's asking where you are. And I'm like, no. So I get on my bike and I ride over there. Is that Trader Todd's, I think? Or no, not Trader Todd's.
Trader Vic's.
The karaoke place. Trader Joe's parking lot. Karaoke place over
by Big Shitty Cat.
Yeah.
Big Shitty.
I think it is Trader Todd's.
I think it is Trader Todd's. That is the shot skis.
Yeah. I get in and somebody's already. I'm like, okay, it's gonna be fine. She's coming up to me how's it going? And I'm just I don't want to speak to anybody, but I'm in love with you. So I grab a beer to calm down and level off, hopefully. But that's not helping. Somebody's actually already put my name down for karaoke, and it's like a virgin, and I'm supposed to go up with my friend Ian, and so he drags me and brings me up onto the stage to do karaoke.
That's the worst that could be happening to somebody who's so baked.
and he's drunk out of his mind, and I'm just incredibly high, so I'm on a completely different level than him, and I know all the words to Madonna songs.
Yeah,
naturally.
Just because of and so I'm getting self-conscious about that because I'm not even looking at the screen. I'm singing I made it through the and I'm singing and I'm oh, everybody knows I'm not looking at the screen. Everybody knows I like Madonna. Everybody knows that I'm so high right now and that I probably have a drug problem. Oh my god! And I drop the mic and I run out of there.
Holy
shit!
run
and I run around the block and I run home and I had work to do those next 2 days, but I couldn't do any work. I was high for 2 days.
Jeez.
And just had to stay in my apartment.
Was Jamie
and come
for the
down.
next 2 days just what the fuck?
I don't think she ever figured out what was going on. I've told her about it since, I think, but
You just thought it was a bit?
Yeah. Oh, he's a performance artist.
He's good.
But the thing is even if I wasn't stoned, it could be conceivable that I would get frustrated or something at a karaoke and drop the mic and bolt because I'm a baby. But yeah.
Fucking A. Do you?
So edibles.
Do you do?
Sorry for the long story.
No way.
Now that you don't smoke or drink, or for the past 3 years, is there something else you do to feel that way?
Fuck.
You heard
to get that high.
Roy Brian songs.
Yeah. No, honestly, it's weird because that's always when you get clean. That's always the thing that's kind of oh, what now? And
right.
I still smoke cigarettes. I'm trying to quit. Always trying to quit. I go to Disneyland a lot, and I get a lot of euphoria
Nice.
from going to Disneyland for some reason. And I develop these I get addicted to people sometimes, like
Yeah.
that I'm dating, and that's never good. But
I get it.
Yeah.
Sick bros.
6 bros.
Nice.
Six bros. The 4 of us plus Way Shooter.
Well,
Way Shooter.
I think
You've been listening to Virgin Radio.
Virgin Radio.
Wow.
Sexy.
Virgin.
So
Longest podcast yet.
Yeah, so this
Really?
is this has been our simulcast. I'm just gonna throw
Samuel Cast.
Samuel Kell Jackson. I'm gonna throw some things out for us. You can find us on Twitter at normally_norm. Email us. We get lots of great emails recently.
A lot of emails and tweets, so just keep those up.
Read at normallynormalcrew@gmail.com. And you can actually find all of this stuff easily at www.normallynormal.com. Let's just go around the table, obviously stopping on the very important special guest. But for me, you can find me on Twitter at Kovalik317. That is Kovalik. That's how you really say that name, 317. At Twitch. And you can go to twitch.tv/Kovalik317.
Hey, we got 6 fucking viewers right now, more like asshole.
Josh, what do you got?
Hey, I'm on Twitter at Patton_Josh, and I am on Twitch at twitch.tv/primordialbooze.
I am Brian Colbert Kennedy. You can find me on Twitter at @_BPCK. If you want to know what's up with the guy who Barack Obama and Will Forte follows, that's me. And also,
You can laugh.
Wait,
It's
did
all right.
Barack Obama and Will Forte, do they follow you?
yeah, what the fuck did I just say?
For real?
Yeah. Assholes. And you can find me on
Whoa.
my website at
We
imbck.com.
look under Brian has a laptop. He's waiver. He's been like trolling us this whole time.
That'd be awesome.
And this is Drew speaking. You can find me on Twitter at Drew Kordik. It's KORD as in dog, IK. Also, please listen to This American Drew. Subscribe on iTunes, or it's also on SoundCloud if you don't like Apple for some reason. Also, you can email the show and submit topics that I'll talk about on the show at thisamericandrew@gmail.com. It's a great show. We have lots of laughs, lots of fun, lots of heartwarming. Thanks for coming on my show, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
We
thanks for having
appreciate
us.
it. Thank you very much. We love your show, so it was a blessing for us to cross stream with you.
ThisAmericanDrew@gmail.com.
thisamericandrew@gmail.com.
So how we normally end the show, which we're going to do right now, is we harmonize in buys.
Okay.
So I'll start.
Harmonize and buys.
Wait, but I end my show with I always say this is Drew Kordik reminding you to have a good time every time.
Yeah, that's right.
Is there a way to combine these two things?
How about if you said that, and then we all started saying bye?
Or what if we do our bye and then instead of Brian and see ya, we end it with Drew saying his
Let's
sign
do
off.
that.
Okay.
So we'll just have to stop then, so we're not overdoing his. So you'll say bye, see ya as normal. We'll all shut up and he does it.
So I do say see ya,
Yeah, but then after that we don't say anything. And
and then he does his.
Yep.
Let's see how it goes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
This is Drew Kordik reminding you to have a good time every time.
That's good.
Is that good? Yeah.
I like it. I liked it. Holy shit.
This is Drew Kordik running have a good time every time.
I've had to pee since.
This is gonna be a bitch.
The
edit.
Lindenberg.
Yeah.
Like I know there's just gonna be full segments that I'm just like gonna not even bother listening to.
I can't wait to see what you do with it.
We'll see. That was fun. I'm sorry if I talked too much.
I don't think that's possible.
I think it's going to be really entertaining. Honestly.
What is going on at Ustream today?
Drew has secret doobies in the hat.
At the whorehouse.
It's not normally this rough.
I know they're
It's 'cause-
being real dicks today.
It's because I'm here.
God, I love people so much. They're just so wonderful. Are you peeing?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, you got the cats in your bathroom?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. I'll just wait to pee then.
Nah, pee on the cat.
I'm gonna straight up wait to pee. Yeah, I'll pee on some cats.
pee.
That was great, Drew. I really liked your song.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, cool.
Have me back sometime, and I want to get you guys involved again.
Do you think it'll? Did it go okay for you as far as making some of that an episode of your show?